Dude, so this is 1 year. How about that? Been
One
1 year
year of Rusty
doing it.
Bearings.
1 year of Rusty Bearings.
Wow. Congratulations.
Well, maybe. I don't know. It could be a good idea or a bad idea, but nonetheless, it's 1 years old. So, what better way to celebrate than to have Gabe Kehoe join us on the Rusty Bearings podcast?
Thanks for ha
Yeah, totally.
thanks for having me,
Uh,
fellas.
yeah, thanks for doing it. Have you listened to these before? Have you heard
Of
these?
course, of
Okay.
course. Maybe not every single one. I haven't listened to Jeremy's yet. The last one I listened to was Marcy's, who I
Yeah.
don't think I don't think I've ever met Marcy. Maybe I have, but I really enjoyed hers. I was very impressed with her memory, and I like so much so that I was like, man, I think I told you this. I feel like my memory's going to shit, and I was like, I need to like try to do something to revamp it. So you want to see something funny and maybe a little neurotic,
What do you got?
but I actually made a timeline of my basically my entire life in skateboarding anyway to uh, to try to jog my memory, and so that I'm
No
not sitting here
way.
Dude,
like der when you ask me questions.
that's impressive, dude.
That's
Well,
So
but
analog too. Is
I
that
might have to re
analog?
analog, yeah, pen and paper,
That's so
baby.
sick. Yeah.
so what's the first thing on it then?
Born.
Okay.
No,
Really? Was it?
no, but
Well, you usually start with that one, Todd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm always
Joy.
this is always interesting.
Yeah.
Where were you born at?
I was I was born here in St. Louis,
You were
Deaconess Hospital, 1988.
1988. Damn.
Hmm.
Nice.
Me and Matt were shredding curbs in 1988 if I recall correctly.
Yep,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
yep.
So, everybody that knows you kind of knows your brother. Your brother skates as well, but how many siblings do you have in total? Is it just you and your brother?
Nope. I'm the oldest of four.
Oldest of four.
So we have a brother in between us. He's 2 years younger than me. Alex is 5 years younger than me. And then my little sister Juliana, she's 7 years younger than me. Or yeah, she just turned 30
Okay.
in at the beginning of this month.
Gotcha. So, who got into skateboarding first? Was it yourself? Was it your other brother, perhaps? Or maybe even
I
your
think it
sister?
was technically me and my other brother at first, but just casual toy store boards.
Yeah.
And Alex shortly got it. So obviously this is being filmed end of December. So we just had Christmas
Yeah.
and we went over to my folks' house and it was actually Alex's idea. He like found some old VHS and popped it in like Christmas mornings. It was like 1997 Christmas. He got like a toy skateboard. I think it's at this point me and my other brother already had toy skateboards. Um, but yeah, so that was I guess the beginning for him. But yeah, I've actually let's see what I wrote down
Do you
on
know
here.
what would have motivated you guys?
Yeah.
Or was it just maybe just another Christmas gift or
Yeah.
did you
Yeah,
actually
I mean,
want
You're the
oh,
oldest. You're leading the charge for the crew, basically, to
yeah,
some
so
degree.
originally I think yeah, it was just toy fascination. I was a huge
yeah.
Ninja Turtle kid.
Oh heck yeah.
And so
Yeah.
so actually yeah, the first thing I have written down on my timeline was uh, you know, introduction to skateboarding, and which would have been Ninja Turtles. I would assume it's probably Ninja Turtles. There was a '90s movie called The Skateboard Kid that I was obsessed with.
Yeah.
What else is
Have you
on
ever seen
there?
that one, Todd?
No,
It's
I haven't.
random.
And when you say Ninja Turtles, you're talking about the movie? Is that right?
Well,
Yeah.
originally probably
There's a
the
little skate
cartoon.
scene. Yeah,
Yeah, but there
yeah.
was a cartoon that I remember watching when I was 12 or something, right? Maybe you caught reruns or something like that, you know?
Yep, yeah, there was definitely the
Yeah.
cartoon series, and then the movies came out when I was young. So, and there was maybe a little bit of skateboard. Oh, no, there's the whole skateboarding scene at the Foot Clan hideout.
Ah,
Like that place was badass.
yeah. They're in the sewer with Splinter.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
where were you guys like raised at? Like what area of the
eh,
city? Or
Webster
is it
Groves.
Webster Groves?
Yep.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yep. Yep. My grew up in Webster, um, basically right by Blackburn Park, if you know where that is.
I don't.
Uh,
How close is that in relation to where the skate park that was once there?
It's not far. Like, they do the how or the 4th of July fireworks right there, and like you can hear them from my parents' house. So like
Okay.
it's less than a mile, I'm sure.
Yeah. And
Uh,
this might be a little bit jumping ahead, but are you guys wandering up there when there's people with obstacles and such set up?
I
Yeah.
I mentioned I
I don't want
that's
to
on the
skip too far
timeline.
on the timeline, but I figured as
So
much if you guys are right there.
yeah, so I just mentioned, my first uh, you know, my
Yeah, if
first
it's 97.
my
Yeah.
introduction to
There's
skateboarding would probably been Ninja Turtles and stuff, but my real life introduction would have been seeing people skating the skate park from the pool because we would go to the pool
Ah, just go there
and
during the summertime, like we're going to the
during the
pool. Then
summertime,
yeah.
and it butts right up to it, and we just watch from the other side of the fence.
No way.
So I guess
could
at
have
that time
been.
that would have been post splash, obviously, like that was before my time, but it was the wooden park era,
Yeah.
Yeah.
box park.
Todd and I were all up in that
Yeah, for
thing.
sure.
Dude, you guys are probably the dudes that I was watching and
Yeah.
idolizing.
Did you
Actually, I don't.
guys
It might not. It wasn't like super right away. Like I want to do that. I kind of just I wanted to. We definitely. I went up there. I remember going up there with a buddy of mine once or twice while it was still there, just like full rocket power mode with like boards, bikes, and blades, just to like
Mhm.
just to try it all and see what felt cool. But
yeah, that place, I gotta think if you're like a little kid at the pool, it's probably kind of intimidating, right? Like, because it would be,
yeah, it's all
Yeah.
older
yeah, a
dudes
bunch of
and
sweaty, shirtless bros. Like, what am I gonna do
mhm.
here, right? Nice.
Yep,
But you guys were able to wander up there early in the morning or beat the crowd type
exactly.
of thing or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my friend, my one of my first best friends, James, his mom probably brought us there with all of our stuff and toy skateboards at the time, and bikes and whatever. But I do remember like once I finally got a legitimate board going back there, and this must have been like shortly after they stopped doing it because it was like, where'd everything go? It's all gone.
Oh, you're like ready to go and there's nothing left to go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of abrupt, if I recall.
Uh,
Like it was
Yeah.
like one summer they said it was a go again, and then one day they just said, nope, can't do this. They took it off.
they threw all the ramps and stuff out. Is that what happened?
Or yeah, it seems like that's
No
what
way.
happened.
Man, yeah, Webster I mean, it was a good
So
place to
anyway,
grow up. Don't get me wrong, but they're pretty whack when it comes to a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it seems like pretty
yeah.
narrow in terms of thinking about a bigger scope, right?
Yeah. So I mean, like jumping ahead a little bit, we can obviously skip back, but like when they decided that they were going to do the prefab park, I was in high school at the time, and I actually started working at the rec center just so that I could work at the skate park when it opened.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
which it was a pretty shitty job, but
Yeah. Is the
it,
rec center where they have the ice rink and all that stuff?
yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what's
So
going
it's
on? No
yeah,
way.
Did you get to
it's like
skate for free?
yeah, yeah. I mean,
At
obviously, which
least,
was
yeah.
yeah, because well, what was whack about it was that yeah, it was like a paid have to wear a helmet park at first. Have to actually, I think you had to be maybe you didn't have to be a Webster resident like member, but I think if you had the rec or like the Webster membership, then maybe you get in for free or I don't remember, but
I didn't realize that place was like that from the beginning. I thought it was a free for all. That was
yeah, it
not the
was
case.
no, it was like the same
Oh,
deal as like Yap. Yap at the time was
No
I
way.
think like
no.
paid, wear a helmet,
Yeah.
somebody on duty. And
Yeah.
I mean I distinctly remember having to turn like Guy Gray and like David Euthys and like other dudes away because they
Yeah.
showed up. They showed up
You're the
wanting to
tranny
skate
nanny.
for
Shape up or ship out, boys. Come on.
Oh no.
is
That's crazy. So rewinding back a little bit, so what was the first good skateboard you got, and where did you get it?
so one of my other best friends growing up was my next door neighbor Shane, and his parents got divorced and his mom moved to San Jose.
Hmm.
And so he spent the most of the year with her, but he would come back to his dad in the summer. And so one summer he came back and, he was just like fully decked out in skate gear and brought his board. I can't remember if he had a spare board or maybe he like got another board while he was in town. And anyway, I got my first board was a hand-me-down board. Uh,
What kind?
it was a blind.
Blind. Okay.
It was a blind.
Little Reaper boy, the Reaper board type of thing.
It was actually I think it was a James Craig board. I actually in my process of doing this, I I've pulled it up. I found it. It was this one. It was a Ronnie Krieger. Oops, oop, oop. This one right here.
Oh,
The
wow.
boy
Oh, rad.
strangling his mom.
Sick.
Wait, did I say James Craig or Ronnie Krieger? It's Ronnie Krieger.
That's cool. So that's a good first board. Did you get it off
Okay,
somebody
good.
in the neighborhood or something like that?
Yeah,
Yep.
the kid Shane. He was the next door neighbor.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, yeah, he showed up one summer with skate gear and skate videos and board and yeah, gave me that hand me down. And I think, for the first several years, probably we were just driveway skaters.
For sure. At what age are you at this point? Are you like 11, 12-ish, somewhere in there?
Yep,
Yep.
exactly. I think it was the summer before seventh grade. I don't know. I was trying to figure it out. I swear it was 99, but it might have been 2000.
Huh.
Just based on like the videos and stuff he had at the time. Because I remember he had CKY, CKY2K, jump off a building. I think modus operandi,
Oh, wow.
and
Now you're getting
so
into
that
a
was
good
like
one.
honestly that was a pretty good introduction to
Absolutely.
skate videos.
Yeah.
'Cause I to this day I love jump off a building and modus.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah, it's crazy. Kind of going back to the early days, we talked with Reggie Colvin a while
oh
ago.
yeah, yep.
You guys linked up pretty young, is that right? Or is that down the way a little bit?
Just a little down the way. He was like one of my first buddies that I started skating with after high school.
After high school. Okay, so that's a little
Yeah,
bit off then. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So
Huh.
we can circle back to that
Yeah,
for
yeah, for
sure.
sure. Absolutely. But then where did you get your first good skateboard? Did you buy it in town or did you mail
Oh,
order it or what?
so yeah, so like I said, we lived in Webster, so Crestwood Mall was the nearest mall, and so we went up. I mean, we would go there all the time, um, and maybe even before I started skating, I still like to like look around there, but it's not very exciting. But my first board that like I got was a Powell Mini logo.
Sure. Yeah,
Because I don't know, maybe my parents wanted to see if I would stick with it before they paid money for a good
for
one.
sure. I remember skate shop days talking parents into the same thing, like, hey, just buy the lesser dollar amount, might wind up in the closet. You never know, right?
Yep. Um, and then but I was trying to remember like my second board,
Wait,
and
where'd you get the board at? Where'd you get the mini logo board at?
oh, at Splash
Oh,
when it was the skate shop slash swimwear place, and it had all like teenage chicks working there.
sure. Was
Did
that?
you did you did
Yeah.
you ever go?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe not this
There was one
specific
in
location.
Crestwood.
Yeah, there's one in
There was one.
Crestwood.
Oh,
Well,
really?
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I knew there was that one on
Yeah.
Rock Hill Road, maybe. Maybe they sold
Mhm.
decks or something.
Probably that was yeah
It's the
that
original
was
one.
that was maybe the original one. Yeah, which I
Yeah.
maybe was probably gone by the time
But oh yeah, I remember there was a
Crestwood opened.
Crestwood one. They
Um,
expanded pretty big at that point. Yeah.
yeah,
It was
and
pretty
it's
wild.
yeah, this is like, I'm just starting, so I don't know anything, but yeah, I didn't. It was years later that I found out that they had the skate park and all that.
Yeah, they kind of when me and Matt were getting introduced to it, Splash was the jam. Like, dude, they had gear, they had boards, they had demos. Like, it was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we like so it was Crestwood was kind of sick because I mean, granted they're mall stores, but when we started skating at that time, there was Crestwood had Splash, Mr. Rags, and a place called Shifty's. So they
Yeah.
had essentially
Oh,
three
wow, yeah.
they had three mall shops in one mall. But they were
Yeah.
like they were all kind of different, and they were all, as far as I mean, they're cool. They felt at the time anyway. They felt cooler than like a Zoomies or a PacSun or anything like that.
Yeah, I went to one of those stores before, I think Shifty's, and they had like a Volkswagen, like right when you walked in or something weird.
Maybe
Yeah, there was
I don't.
one out where I grew up because I remember walking in. They just sold apparel, if I recall correctly, or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, maybe they were mostly apparel and maybe had a limited board wall. I remember they had a sticker book, and
Oh,
you could flip through the sticker book. I don't remember really buying any, but I like to look at it. And I remember, and also I remember distinctly watching Osiris the Storm in that in that skate shop.
It's,
nice.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
Um,
definitely that turn of the millennium or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Freaking, that was a boom in skateboarding. Like that was like a upswing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Let me, Gabe, let me ask you a question. You're kind of the right age, but did Tony Hawk's video game play any interest into skateboarding for you?
well, see, that's the thing. That's what I was like kind of confused about because I swore that I already skated when that came out, but I might have been mistaken. Like, I'm sure I found it and played it,
Sure.
and I'm sure, it all went hand in hand. But I don't think playing the game is what made me want to skate. I think it just was all happening at the same time. If
Yeah.
any,
What year is that, Todd? What year does that
Dude,
come
that's
out?
like late 90s,
I
somewhere
think
in
it was,
there.
I think it was 99.
Yeah.
Um,
99.
and then I looked this up too because I also remember just
Oh, that makes
distinctly,
sense. You said you're skating.
I remember playing Tony Hawk 2 at Toys R Us on like the little
Yeah. The
like
display.
the
Yeah.
display thing where you
Yeah,
could
sure.
sample the games or whatever. And that I think surprisingly came out just like a couple of years later, like 2001 or something.
Yeah, I think they were pumping those things out left and right, basically,
Yeah.
for a while. Um,
So,
dude, it's amazing, like media, video games, cartoons, whatever, always is like the biggest influence, like when you're younger. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that 90% of the people get into it because of media somehow, you know?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, because I definitely like wasn't really around it, like I said, except for the Webster Park, seeing dudes over there.
Yeah. So
It's not. Yeah.
when did you guys start venturing out a little further, or was Webster kind of like the first foray outside of the neighborhood type of thing?
Yeah. So let's see. So like middle school, like I said, it was mostly skating in the driveway and the street. It actually worked out perfect because at one point Webster they did that like chip seal shit to all the streets and where all the streets were all rocky and shit. But my parents' street for whatever reason always had water main breaks. So they would there would be a water main break and then they would come and repave it. So right in front of our house we had a nice long stretch of smooth smooth asphalt, whereas the rest of the street was like basically unskateable.
Yeah, you bring that up. I can think driving around those neighborhoods now, they're still the same way, if I'm not
Some of
mistaken.
Yeah, some of them are maybe not as bad. I remember like one year they did it and it was like literally like they turned everything into like gravel roads.
Yeah, but they did that to my grandparents' neighborhood, if I recall correctly. They had like a nice asphalt hill, and then all of a sudden it's like kind of aggregate-ish or something like
Yeah,
that. It was really rough.
for sure.
Huh.
So I essentially started skating the summer before seventh grade. Um, and I got some neighbor kids also involved, like my friend James that I mentioned. His mom got him aboard. Uh, my friend John got aboard. Sorry, I know you said mention last names, but I feel like most people aren't going to know these people.
Uh,
Although John, his name's John Helwig. He is in that band Foxing, if you've heard of that. Who they're from St. Louis, but they're getting pretty big. But he's the drummer for Foxing.
oh, sick.
Um,
So,
but Yeah, so it was, yeah, just neighborhood kids, and Alex maybe had a toy board at this time, but
Is your other brother still in the mix, or is he already? I'm out.
he was never super into it. We did both have toy boards.
Yep.
I remember, so like before I had the blind, I had just like a whatever, probably Toys R Us Walmart board. I remember I had like it was a Nash with a spider on it,
Ooh.
and he had a Veriflex with a dog on it, which funny enough. I don't know if you saw it, but Weekend just made this uh, dog board that is based on uh, that board.
It's not the dog cheese, is it?
It's so this is the board that my brother had. Oops.
Oh, whoa.
And then Weekend just made this.
Kind of something similar.
Well, dude,
It
they're
was
not straying too far from the original.
it
Holy
it
shit.
was I think it was Grant's first board also. So
Ah,
I think we're close in age, and so yeah, probably started skating around the same time. But I just thought that was funny that they made that board,
for
and
sure.
well, that was one of the first boards that we had. Like it
Nice.
was technically
It's
my
funny.
brother's, but I remember liking that one more. So
Yeah.
I think I skated it.
You'll have to get one of those.
I thought about it, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so yeah, seventh grade. This is when I started meeting people in middle school that also kind of skated. One of my best friends to this day, Mitz, you probably know him, Danell Petrushevich. He was buddies with
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
he became buddies with Brinkman
Haven't
later
seen him in
on.
many years.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, he was one of my first good buddies in middle school. I think we met in like a shop class or something.
Mhm.
And I'm sure it was just like, oh, you skate? Me too.
Yeah.
Uh, and he, yeah, so it was him and our buddy Pete Ayers. And they both lived in Shrewsbury, which for the people who don't know St. Louis geography, Webster and Shrewsbury are right next to, or,
Just cross
four.
44, right? That's a divider.
I guess
Yeah.
the divider, I guess, is like Lead Station Road on one side anyway, and then 44 is to
Yeah.
the north. But anyway,
I,
so my dad, this is not really that relevant, but my dad has he's an arborist,
Oh,
and
sick.
yeah, instead of parking his work trucks on our property, he shares a lot right over by Shrewsbury Lanes. And yeah, Danelle, my friend Pete, lived basically right next to where my dad's lot was. And so we, yeah, for the most part, we were just like skating Danelle's apartment building and basically anything between Webster and Shrewsbury.
Yeah.
Again, still mostly driveways and parking lots and whatever. Uh, my first real, I guess, kind of like, you know, street spot that we grew up skating um, was Kenrick Plaza, which I don't know if you remember. There's a Kenrick movie theater. It's
yeah.
where there was like it's where the Walmart is now in
Yeah.
Shrewsbury. So they
It's been
they
skated it was skated for many years. Yeah. Even
yeah
before that. So
yeah yeah they tore down like huge. That was a
yeah.
huge plaza. It had so much stuff.
Yeah.
There was like the Value Village and thrift store and an antique mall and
Oh,
the movie theater, and now it's just like Walmart,
Walmart.
and then there's an Aldi over there and stuff now. But anyway, that area used to look completely different. But that was like equidistant between my house and Danelle's house, so we would skate.
yeah.
We
Just
it
we'll
was
meet you
skating
down there
it was skating distance, so it was like a probably like a 15-minute skate, but we would meet in the middle.
for sure. Were there like
And
other people skating there? Was it like proper spots over there?
not really. It was mostly small stair sets, and
Okay.
there was this like a double-sided ledge, kind of like where you had to pop out. And the only person I ever seen skate it in anything was Drew skated it. I think it's in the pretty video bonus, but it wasn't in his pretty part. But that's the only clip I've ever seen anybody
Skating over
skate it.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Um, but yeah, Keener or not Keener, not to be confused with Keener Plaza, Kenrick Plaza.
Different
Um,
plaza.
yep.
Nice.
Uh, so those were the early days.
Yeah. When do you guys start venturing out beyond Shrewsbury and everything
Mm.
else? Like,
Yeah, because you don't
So
have a car yet, or do
this
you?
was no this so Danelle got a car before I did.
Oh, Danelle, nice.
This so
Yeah.
I guess, you know, when we get to high school, when he turned 16, I think he had like a little Infinity or something. And yeah, we would just, like I said, he lived right there by Shrewsbury Lane, so we would basically just hop on Chippewa or somewhere or 44 and then just drive into the city and uh just looking for stuff that we had seen in like
Yeah.
Radical Dog Contest. We would like
Ah,
come across, I distinctly remember
So,
coming across like the tennis court gaps at the Sublette Park, you
yeah,
know.
sure, sure. Yeah.
Um and like Randy you're had like skated the double set flat part of the double set rail
Yep.
and just like
yeah.
a couple, other stuff in that, zone. It's just like, just getting excited that we were finding like real spots,
Yeah, for sure. Well, let me ask you this. How did you find out about Radical Dog Contest then? Like,
See
how did,
that
or was that on
that's
the
a
web? Was it like, were you guys on
no,
YouTube
this
and
was
stuff? No.
so YouTube was 2005, which we can circle back to that also, but this would have been like 2003 or 2004. Because what I don't know, that was another thing I couldn't quite figure out. Was Radical Dog Contest 2003-ish or was it
Uh,
It's 2005, I think.
2005? Okay, well maybe my
Yeah.
dates are a little messed up then because I don't know. Either way, we were
Or, oh, you're right. So, yeah, it might be like 2004, end of
2004.
2004.
That would make sense
Yeah.
because yeah, that would make us sophomores in high school. So yeah, Danelle, yeah, I don't know how I wound up with a copy of Radical Dog. I think maybe our friend Max Bouvet was also a Shrewsbury kid, and he was a couple years, like a year older than us, and he had already been skating for a little while longer, and maybe he had some videos and stuff. But somehow we
got a
acquired
copy of
it.
it. That's nice, man. Were you guys just still sticking around Splash at that point, or were you guys venturing to other skate shops, or was there any skate shops open? Well, Infinity was definitely
Yeah.
open. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So back to Shane that I mentioned. Uh, I remember one day he wanted a flat bar, so his dad brought us to Altered, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he brought us to Altered and Infinity in the same day looking for a flat bar.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how long those shops overlapped. Obviously, Infinity started in '99. What year did Altered close?
That was like
2003, 4.
2003 or
Oh,
4.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So this would have been around like 2000-ish.
I think did Infinity start earlier than that, or was it 99?
It was '99.
Because I remember going there the first couple days it opened. I thought it was earlier than that, but yeah, there was a little bit of over. I mean, at the time there was a handful of skate shops in St. Louis. You still had Soka
Hmm.
probably going at the time,
Yeah,
and
Soka was
Yeah.
around, but that was a little too far
yeah,
out of the way for us. I mean, that's, Manchester. That was
it was a mission
there's like a 30-minute drive. Um, but yeah, so I mean, that would have been, my first introduction to real skate shops.
for sure. And based on
But
where you're living, Infinity's just a layup. It winds up being in business. Altered's
yeah,
kind of
it's
gone after a while.
which, Altered, doesn't take from Webster, the loop is only 15 minutes or less, but the skate shop is like, I think when I was working there, I could get there in 10 minutes if I hit the lights just right.
Nice.
Um,
So you guys got a copy of Radical Dog Contest. You're cruising in the city. You guys start skating around and stuff.
yep.
I gotta ask, when did you get a video camera? Is that way down the line or is that shortly after?
So like during even like back to the Kenrick days, I don't know where I got it, but I had a high eight camera that we would film each other with, but
Nice little tapes and stuff.
yeah, like little tapes, but no computer to hook it up to. You couldn't even hook it up to a computer if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So we would hook it straight up to the TV and watch the stuff on the TV. We figured out, how to transfer stuff to VHS. And so, yeah, there's for sure a couple VHS tapes floating around of like me and Danelle skating, and Alex and his buddies skating.
Oh, nice. That's
Uh,
great.
It's pretty fun.
yeah.
Heck yeah. Did you guys, when you guys were venturing into the city and stuff, did the camera come along? Was it like that, or were you guys just kind of getting a lay of the land and just more wanting to skate than anything?
Yeah, I think more so just trying to find new stuff to skate. Because we weren't really that good at this time, obviously. I mean, it had only been a couple years. I not that I even think that I'm that good at skating to this day, but
No,
I feel like
there comes a point where you can keep up and
yeah, I feel
yeah,
like I feel like I didn't really hit my stride until the after high school for sure.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, we were just, I mean, I think I attribute those days just driving around looking for stuff to like how I am the way I am now. It was just as fun finding stuff as it was to actually skate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that the tennis court spot, and I specifically remember driving around with Joe Herbert after skating downtown, like, whoa, go back there. There's some banks, and we like wound up skating it, and then talking to Jeremy Jones, he's like, oh yeah, I used to skate those growing up, and then now probably due to lack of spots, it becomes a spot more than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
same thing. Driving around, you just come across it. It's great.
Yep.
You made me look at it a little differently.
Yeah, Jared was
Okay.
talking about doing melancholies from parking lot to parking lot. And I'm like, no, there's like a really good bank actually. It's kind of fun.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Uh,
Remember Olson would skate that thing or talk about skating it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm trying to think of like other early spots that we
I
found.
mean, is
I don't
Keener
know.
Plaza still ledges and stairs? Is
Yes.
that
Yeah.
still
Yeah. I
there?
mean,
Okay,
obviously, yeah. Skinner's
okay.
still there. Skinner's there for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it probably wasn't a little bit later till we started venturing downtown. Yeah, I don't know. I think we were venturing out, but we weren't getting very far. Like it was nice being where we were because yeah, we could take Chippewas little right into the city, or you could take Hanley or Big Bend and end up in Clayton. We would skate Clayton a lot,
Yeah, yeah. Clayton was
which
great. Still is.
which yeah, no, it's Clayton's amazing, and it's kind of nice that they've let up a little bit. It feels like because like
Mhm.
when I started skating, it was like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
pretty
I never
gnarly.
got I never got tickets or arrested or anything skating Clayton, but it always felt like it was a possibility, and
Yeah.
they would definitely threaten you with that all the time. And it was like basically if you get caught in Clayton, they're like, you leave if we catch you again. We're taking your
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
type
I've
type
always
deal.
got the vibe from that place. You could kind of go in there and do your thing, but you can't really hang around. Like just find a spot, skate it, then go without the big group type of deal.
Yeah,
Um,
you gotta just always kind of keep your eyes peeled.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it's good.
Keep the blood flowing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, dude, about the time you're describing that you got wheels, you're kind of getting a little better at skateboarding in general. Skate parks are starting to pop up at this point, like, right?
yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah, they're starting to, but yeah. So like 99, 2000, there really wasn't much. There was Farmington, there was Columbia. I don't even know if Elm was built yet.
I
What year
don't
did Elm?
think so because I didn't live in St. Louis, but coming back to visit in the first couple years of 2000, it was there, and I was like, oh, there's a new park. I remember that.
Yeah,
Trying to
I think it
find
was.
it.
I think it was early 2000s because yeah, there really there
Yeah.
wasn't much. So that's another thing is like, I mean, I feel like kids these days don't leave the skate park, and like we didn't really have a choice back then. Like we didn't have skate parks. There was even it's crazy to think that even in 2000 there wasn't really shit here.
Yeah. Were you guys venturing to Farmington and Columbia, or was that just too much of a reach?
Not Columbia, but I have relatives near Farmington, so yeah, we definitely skated Farmington every once in a while. It's fun park, still
Yeah.
is. I still like going there.
Yeah. Is that park holding up okay? I haven't been there in a long time.
I would say more so than Columbia,
Okay.
based on the last time I went there. But we went there a
A little
couple
younger than
summers ago.
Columbia. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Few
but
years younger.
Columbia doesn't seem to be aging so great. It seems a little beat up.
Yeah.
It's been there
yeah,
for a
but
while. I mean, fucking
yeah.
20, 30 years? No way. We're close to it.
Mm,
I don't. want to think about it.
Think about it. Like that's
Yeah.
about right. 2025, had a few extra years
Yeah,
on.
a
Yeah.
lot of time there.
Um, but yeah, where were we?
You guys are
Just
venturing out, kind of
just
getting
venturing
downtown
out.
and stuff like that. Were you guys at all motivated to be like, let's hop in the car and go to Chicago? Let's hop in the car and go to Kansas City. Was that even
Um,
a thing?
Not really at this time, but so okay, so my friend Shane that I mentioned who got me into skating, his mom moved from San Jose to Kansas City.
Oh wow.
So I did actually go up there and skate with him. Uh, remember I took the train, the Met or the Amtrak up there by myself when I
Yeah.
was like probably eighth grade.
It's
Uh,
freaking
but
No
but
way.
but we didn't like street skate. We skated I remember we skated the Overland Park Park 'cause they lived in Overland Park.
yeah.
The original one, I know they redesigned or like remodeled it recently, or maybe not recently, but
Yeah.
uh,
It's a fun
uh
one though.
yeah. So we skated that and like some schoolyards maybe, but also I remember. All right, so we talked about first media introduction to skateboarding and first time seeing skateboarding in person, but first time seeing pros in person.
Ah,
I think, if I'm not mistaken, we went to 2003, the DC demo.
where?
We we went to Kansas City. They did a demo at the Overland Park Park.
Who was they? Who was at this demo?
Who, I mean, it was basically most of the dudes that were in the DC video because it was around that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Maybe with
Stacked team.
may it
Yeah.
was a pretty stacked, but I don't remember really seeing like Ave or like Stevie Williams.
They were drinking. Just kidding.
Kalis was maybe there. I one person for sure I remember watching was Lindsey Robertson was there. And
Okay.
Alex has a story that he likes to tell about how he gave Lindsey Robertson goldfish crackers. Because
Rad.
yeah. That Greg, I remember that Greg Myers kid who was like a young ripper at the
Yep.
time who kind of disappeared. He was there.
Yeah.
Ah, man, I actually I have. Yeah, I'm not gonna dig it up
Who else
right
was
now, obviously, but
Oh,
I
wonder if
got
Bob
my
was there. Wonder if
I got.
Robbie McKinley was there.
Oh, I think he
Wonder
was
if
actually.
Was he
Man,
really?
was he?
No way.
Yeah.
I don't know if don't quote me on that, but actually I had so I got my
He
copy
went
of the
on
DC
tour.
video. I got my copy of the DC video signed there. So
I bet you they were out promoting that video, basically. Like, hey, we're like
They
that.
did a tour
Well, they did a
for that
global
video.
tour where they're flying from
Oh yeah,
country
yeah,
to
like
country,
premieres. Yeah.
yeah.
and then they might have probably did a lap through the states as well
The
too. You know,
DVD release.
Yeah, I
something.
mean, I
DVD
think
release tour.
I
Just
don't know
kidding, I
if
don't know.
Escapist was probably established at this time.
Well,
And so and
Malto was probably on or getting close to it.
oh yeah, you might well maybe
That was the ride.
Or
The
was
2000
he
he
actually
got on
was it
he was
or
still the
was
kid.
it Etnies?
he was probably
Shit.
still really young at the time, but
He was
because
still
I
wearing a
remember
helmet,
he
probably.
got on Girl probably like 2007 or something because this was I remember like watching him and Mike Mo's introduction at Brinkman's house, and me and Brinkman were hanging out after high school, which would have been like 2007.
Yeah. Huh.
Um, but yeah, so he was maybe getting hooked up at the time, but I don't think he was old enough to be like skating in the demo.
Yeah. Did you guys go to Kansas City for that demo, or did you just happen to be in town?
I think we went there for it because I
Okay.
had heard about it somehow, probably in like, I mean, this is like early days of the internet, even, or not early days, but like it's still,
Early
you know,
enough to get a
it's
heads
hard,
up.
it's hard enough to like figure out what the hell's happening in general, much less like in skateboarding. Or it was maybe like promoted in like Trans World or some zine.
I mean,
Yeah.
MySpace is going back then, or Friendster, perhaps. It's like,
That
And
could have
I
also,
think like there were tour updates. If there were like if you're looking at the magazine web pages, it did like tour. I
yeah,
mean, that's all the internet was back then. Like
yeah,
yeah.
little texts of like, hey, the tour's coming
BBS.
through, maybe some photos. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think we figured out that it was happening there. It was like at the skate park that I had been to when I visited Shane, so we went back up there and it was fun, but I don't really remember much about it other than it was maybe it wasn't at. It might not have actually been at that Overland skate park. It might have.
They did a lot of demos at Penn Valley. That was always the go-to, I thought.
Yeah, but it wasn't there. If it wasn't at Overland Park, it was. I feel like they might have like it might have been like a set up their own ramps type
Oh,
touring situation. I might be wrong, but I almost want to say it was, they brought the ramps with them.
yeah.
I don't remember,
Nice.
Right?
but that would have been my first time watching pros
Yeah.
IRL.
Yeah, for sure. Did any around that time, did you catch any demos in St. Louis proper? Do you recall?
I think the first demo I would have seen in St. Louis was that America Wild Ride tour, which was 2006, I think.
Oh, so it was a while. It was a little bit after that then.
A little bit after. Yeah, I
Where
was,
was that in St. Louis?
that was at Elm.
Ah, I did not know that. Okay.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. Which was pretty cool.
What is
It's a pretty cool concept. Like they all basically the whole team showed up on
Motorcycles, yeah. Yeah.
motorcycles. Uh, and it
and what
was
was the crazy Reynolds thing he did?
at
I don't
Elm.
know. Yeah,
I think he did a
Uh,
I think I
kickflip
remember.
backside grab kind of up and
Off,
over the hip.
off that crazy
uh,
big hit,
Yeah,
just
that,
probably
yeah,
like
yeah.
that
three
makes
million
sense.
feet high or something.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing I remember about that demo is um, I, I think it was Brandon Westgate and Matt Frenzel collided. But it's like one of the situations where it's like, why was Frenzel skating the America demo? I don't know.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
sometimes you just gotta skate.
oh yeah. I mean, that seemed to be a recurring theme in demos that I've witnessed in St. Louis.
Yeah, someone's gotta show up and recognize, right? They gotta
Yep, gotta win the demo, as we would say.
you win the demo, you go home with the prize, exactly. Um, so you guys are skating around town, graduate high school, hit that age, 17, 18 or whatever, and then are you starting to like get in? When does filming start to happen, like more than just hooking up cameras to the VCR?
Uh, it would have been shortly after high school. Um, yeah, so all right, let's see here.
Look at your timeline. What's it say?
So I know that I got my camera Christmas 2008.
Oh,
I
Christmas.
remember, yeah, so it's a little later on. I was because I graduated high school in 2006 and I went to Merrimack and I took film classes at Merrimack, but I didn't have a camera yet at this point.
Nice.
But I, I ended up actually like shooting like Super 8 and stuff before I even had a proper video camera.
Do they like give
Uh,
you loaners when you're like doing a program at college? Is it like that?
yeah,
Oh, cool. Were
yeah,
you doing shooting skate stuff or like landscape stuff or both?
both, but skate stuff to test it out. I remember shooting a test roll on Druett's Corn and Andy Wisman. I met Wisman at Merrimack. I think he's a couple years older than me, but we were going to Merrimack at the same time. Um,
No way.
actually,
Just on campus or at in a class?
actually, so Wisman and I'm gonna circle back to YouTube because it's funny. My life could have played out a lot different had I had the foresight to know what YouTube would become. Because Wisman and I swear we were like some of the first skate content on YouTube. We were
Really?
like early adapters, like early 2000, like 2005 when it came out. We both had, at this point, I guess I had gotten a, a mini DV camera that was capable of capturing to a computer and uploading to the internet. And so I since deleted them because some of the early stuff was pretty cringy. But we both had, I swear, some of the first content on YouTube to where if you search skateboarding, our stuff would come up
That's
within like the first, there was like 10 pages of results.
no way.
Um,
When you were putting stuff up there back then, was it like this is the only place I can put this stuff, or was it like maybe someone will see it, or was it just
kind
like
kind
why
of, it was
wouldn't
just,
I?
yeah, I just remember thinking it's like, oh, this is cool. Like
Yeah.
it's a place where you can like put video, like you can share your videos. And maybe somebody will see it or maybe not, but uh fuck it, I'm gonna just like do little edits, and a lot of it was like selfie film stuff or like stuff that me and Alex had filmed. And but yeah, and his was kind of the same way, just like filming his West County buddies with shitty mini DV cameras. And
Yeah,
but yeah, it was
that's
so
it.
yeah, so we connected via YouTube. I think we found each other's videos on YouTube. And we weren't really anywhere close by because I was in Webster and he lived in Chesterfield. But like I said, we connected it at Merrimack because we both going to school in Kirkwood at the time.
No way. That's incredible,
That's
man.
cool.
It's funny you're talking about YouTube like that and thinking back, like there was video content that was available, but there were still gatekeepers because you had to go to the Transworld site, you had to go to the Crailtop site or something, where YouTube
Yeah.
just wide open at that point.
Yeah, just I don't know, just like video, like streaming was and still in a primitive stage at the time,
Yeah.
and YouTube kind of busted that open a little bit and made it more accessible and made it a little bit better quality, which even like back in the at the time, the videos don't look that good. Actually, a matter of fact, the only old video that I kept on my YouTube from back in the from high school days is a video of me and my friend Danelle, who I mentioned, skating wet willies. And that video has like, I mean, obviously videos get a lot more, but that video has like 50,000 views or something. I think
Jesus, man.
it's like my by far most viewed video, and it looks like shit. But
Is it just because it's lived on YouTube for that long, basically?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
And like I don't know, compression wasn't what it is now or at the time, so I don't know, just like it looks like shit, but it's pretty funny. If you go back there, if you find my channel and just scroll to the bottom, I'm sure you'll find it. It's a
Yeah.
pretty funny video because I've never been a huge transition guy, and neither was he. So it's basically us just like carving a corner and then bailing because you start fucking cooking on that
Dude,
thing.
how crazy was that spot, man? Like you get flying
Yeah.
down it.
I would love to see what people would do now if it was still around. Like the last crazy thing that I think was filmed on it was that line of Omar and Minefield, which is
Omar
so
Salazar stuff. Yeah.
that's shit's fucking insane. To hit all three walls of that thing going that fast and just like cooking it, and to keep up with him filming, props to I'm pretty sure Benny Maglanow filmed that. So props to him because that's insane.
That
Dude,
was
that place was like
insane.
a
Yeah.
death trap with all the stuff at the bottom. That was the thing I thought was amazing. Like, how is he going that fast and not hitting anything?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of stuff at the bottom, though, in that video that I mentioned, we found a skateboard one day, or Danelle found it technically, but it was like there was like a some kind of not building, but like some kind of structure there, and there was just like a board in there, and it was a Jerry Sue maple board.
Oh, wow.
Uh, so that was pretty sick.
You
I don't
guys
know if
claimed it and took it home?
yeah, he kept it. I don't know if he still has it. I hope he does, but I feel like he probably skated it, even though it had probably gotten rained on and shit.
Yeah.
But
Um,
it was a sick one.
so during Merrimack college days, pre-camera, or maybe even when you get a camera, you start working at Infinity at some point, don't you? At the skate
Yeah,
shop?
yeah. I started working at Infinity in 2006. I think.
Is that about the time you start college as well, somewhere around there?
Yep, yep. So I graduated the high school in 2006, and I guess started at Merrimack in fall 2006. I don't exactly remember the date that I started at Infinity, but it was also sometime in 2006. I just remember I remember asking Jason probably like the winter before if he needed any like holiday help,
Yep.
basically. And I think he liked me because I always grip my own boards and like it assembled my own stuff. Um, and he said, no, he didn't need any holiday help, but he would keep me in mind if he needed anything. And I don't know if he called me or if I inquired again, but yeah, sometime in 2006 he gave me a job.
Yeah, that's when you played
And
hardball. You're like, well, maybe I don't need a job now. What's the offer?
Shit.
What are the
That
benefits?
coach. Life coach over here.
And so yeah, at the time it was just Jason and Jake Zerhide and Andy Alton and myself.
Dream team. Yeah, dude. I
Yeah,
remember those
Yep.
days.
it's a good squad.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore.
Um, yeah, good times. And so
Yeah.
yeah, like I don't know, we get further into this and asking me when I met so and so or when I met so and so. Chances are it was at the skate shop
Sure.
or at one of at the tennis courts or shit side or
Shit side. So that starts happening too then. Yeah, that's all
Mhm.
at the right about then, yeah?
that was a maybe a little bit down the line. I think I was because I mean it was I think that was more like 2008
Okay.
if my memory serves correctly. But you know,
I know
uh,
the two overlapped for sure.
yeah, the tennis courts and shit side definitely overlapped a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like 2007 to 2000. Fuck, I wrote it down
Yeah, that
somewhere, but
sounds about right.
Yeah, but somewhere around that
Uh,
zone for Christmas 2008, you get a video camera, yeah, or a proper video
yeah,
camera.
yeah, I think so. I think I went halvesies on it with my mom.
oh,
I
cool.
remember it was it wasn't a surprise. I think I bid on one on eBay and ended up getting it. But I think I paid like $700 for it.
That's a
Uh,
good deal, right? Sounds like it. Or is it?
that's pretty. I feel like that's pretty average. That's like about what they go for most of the
Are you
time.
already getting a VX at this point, or what are you getting?
Yeah, so this is when I got the VX. Before that, so at some point between the High 8 and the VX, I did, like I said, I had some like Sony mini DV camera that wasn't anything special. It was not a 3CCD like the VX. It was just like a one chip like basic ass uh mini DV camera. And it didn't even have a fisheye. It just had like a wide angle lens. And it wasn't the best looking footage, but
So what's the deal you have worked out with mom, who paid half? What does she get out of this?
Got to mow the lawn or what?
I don't know. I mean, my mom's great. I think it was
Well, that's awesome.
I think she was just glad to like get me something that I wanted for Christmas.
Oh,
And
okay.
it
Gotcha.
was, that
That,
was probably, like I said, we went halvesies, but that was still probably like the only thing I got that year. And it's just like I
for
don't care.
sure, yeah.
That's what I wanted.
I think I've worked one of those deals, same deal, a camera a long time ago
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But so honestly, like so actually when like we first got the camera, Alex was filming a lot too. Alex would at the time was skating with all his like Webster homies, like Kendall Temming, and then and Sam Corkery and his buddy Andy Ayers. That was their squad. And eventually they probably through Ramp Riders or somewhere, I don't know, connected with the Kirkwood squad, which was like Brian Verbarg, Adam McKee, John Berger, Kyle Crandall, all those guys. And so they were filming a lot, like with, if not first, maybe with the mini DV camera, and then eventually with the VX. And he was like, Alex was not bad at filming.
Wait. So hold on. You get a brand new
Yeah,
camera and you let your little brother use it?
Well,
That's
I
insane.
I
Like,
I I
hands
think so.
off.
I think well maybe it was both of ours to begin with. I'm not
Okay.
sure. I
Okay.
don't
Got it.
exactly remember. Maybe it was both of our Christmas presents, but I think I was willing to let him use it if he was careful with it.
For sure. Okay.
There's
Got it.
there, there's actually a pretty funny clip somewhere in the old footage of him slamming filming somebody and then the tape skips and then it cuts to him on the phone calling me to tell me that he slammed with the camera and he thinks he broke it. Uh, it's pretty funny.
But that actually kind of makes sense though. So if he's borrowing the camera with filming with his crew, you're filming you and your buddies, right?
Yeah.
Collectively, it's like, holy shit, we got a bunch of footage here. I've got to think, right?
Yeah. So I think we need to maybe go back a little bit.
Sure.
Uh, so 2007, 2006 to 2008-ish, post post high school, Donnell not skating as much. All my other high school buddies not skating at all. Somehow, that's the thing is like I cannot remember like the first time meeting so many people, but it's somehow meet Reggie and Brinkman. Uh, it would have had to have probably either been at Ramp Riders or at the time, you know, that I don't know if you know this spot, but there's that Hardy's Bank spot in Webster
Yeah.
that Randy skated it, Guy
Yeah.
Gray skated it. But that church would hold like monthly skate contests,
Okay. Yeah.
like youth group style skate shit to try to get people to
Sure.
come to like youth shit. And we were never really into that aspect of it, but we would go and skate the ramps and like enter the contests.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm pretty sure that's where I meet Brinkman and Reggie and all those guys. And actually, I was just talking to Alex about this the other day or last night, maybe even. And Brinkman, man, I love him, but he was very impressionable and he went through a lot of phases. And so when we met him, we called him Crestwood Spanky because it was very much like the
Tight jeans, America.
crew
Yeah.
jeans America era.
Yeah.
And but dude, he was fucking awesome. He was so much better than most of the people that we knew, and he could huck and he could skate. He could skate everything.
Yeah.
And he was nearby. You know, he lived in Crestwood.
Yeah.
So
Hey, you keep mentioning this, but did you and your brother and your both collective crews, were you guys going to Ramp Riders a lot? Was that a thing?
no, that's the thing is
Okay.
I realize I mentioned it a bunch,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I have always very much been a last resort
Yeah,
indoor park
the
guy.
middle of February, like let's
And
go
like
there. Yeah.
maybe he was going there a little more often than me, but I always went to Ramp Riders like once or twice a year,
Okay.
you
I,
know.
I was just asking just to get a sense if that was like the go-to spot, but it doesn't sound like that's the case
Not
necessarily.
not really. I think it was just like
It's there,
somewhere
right? It's an
somewhere we
option.
somewhere we coincidentally
Yeah.
just met people. But I
Yeah.
do actually one of my there's a photo somewhere, but like for my like, you know, eighth grade birthday party, my mom took me and like five or six boys to the original Ramp Riders location.
Oh, that one that was
Uh
like on the second floor or something like that. Yeah.
yep, I think it was on Locust.
Yeah.
Um but that one was pretty sick. I remember liking that one more than the current setup.
Yeah.
Which speaking of like I said, it's fun and all, but I feel like it's looked the same for about 15 years.
Yeah. Very reliable in that in that way. Yeah.
Consistency is key.
Oh, look at that.
Heck yeah.
You got another beer coming in. Look at this.
Hmm.
Well, assist. I like it.
Thanks, baby.
Um, all right, so you were going on. You got the camera. You're out there using it. Alex is using it as well, but at some point you take
Oh,
it
it
away
sounds
from
like he
him.
made a video before you or something. Did he make
Yeah,
a little?
yeah, he did.
He
So,
did.
yep. So Alex actually, before I ever finished anything, he made a video with all his younger buddies called footage.
Footage? What does that
I
mean?
feel like I saw
Footage.
that
It's
way
it's like
back then.
footage. It's like footage, but
Oh,
like
The French version.
the
I like
French
it.
version. Yeah, footage.
Nice. Footage. Okay.
Fragile.
Yeah, like fragile. Yeah, I think that's probably where it came from. Um, but no, it's actually I can pull it up and send it to you. Some not him, but somebody else ripped it and put it on YouTube. I was able to find it recently.
Hell yeah.
And
Nice.
it's like yeah, it's like him, Kendall, Chris Jackson, Adam McKee, like all those guys that I mentioned before. I think Kendall has last part. But it's good. I mean, it's and
Yeah.
me and Reggie and Art McAuliffe share a part.
Rad.
But which brings me back to the camera. So sometime between 2006 and 2008, we meet Reggie, we meet Brinkman, we meet Artie, Art McAuliffe, and like Scott Firkin and Nick Graff, all these like Illinois side guys who are roughly the same age. And Art has a camera. and Art has the VX or VX2 or both. I can't remember exactly, but um, so yeah, that was the first time like he was down to film, and it was the first time that it felt like you're getting filmed with like a real camera.
Yeah, for sure. And was this dude, was he good at rendering footage and editing footage, or
Yeah,
was it more than just filming at that point?
Art was actually
Art
really
made
good.
some,
He's
yeah,
really good at
yeah,
filming. He
big
has
fan.
really good music taste. Uh, and I just knew that he would make something cool.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we're basically filming with Artie. But he wasn't always around. Like I said, he's from Columbia, Illinois, which isn't that far, but
It's hard to get there on a Wednesday after school, I would imagine.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is also around the time where like, I noticed that like Alex is getting good. All of his buddies are getting good. Brinkman's good. And it's like I love Artie, but I wish he was around more. Like I like we at this point I think we had established he was making a video, and I kind of just like wanted to help because yeah, he wasn't always around. And it's like, well, I would love to contribute you know, if he's not around, I can pick up the slack and film Alex or film Brinkman or
Yeah.
whatever.
Did he have like a defined project, or was he just filming and collecting footage at that point?
Kind of he would put out these little promos or little teasers on YouTube. Uh and so
Oh,
we
there
were
was
working
that
on it.
one that was in black and white. He did one that was all black and white.
Yeah,
That
that was kind of
was,
just that was like a montage that may have been, I don't know if that was before or after the video, but anyway, so
yeah.
we had decided that he was working on a video called Quite the Video.
Quite the video. Okay.
Quite the Video.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, at some point it seemed like he was over it, or that it was like never gonna happen. I don't know exactly, but he kind of stopped filming, but he did eventually. It may have taken a while, but he did eventually make the video, and we were not like, I don't know, I was like a little surprised that it ended up coming to fruition, but it turned out pretty sick. And
Yeah.
I think it's like 3 songs long. But I have a DVD somewhere, and it just says like Quite the Video, one of two.
Yeah.
He like gave me a copy, and I think he gave somebody else a copy.
Is it up on
Uh,
YouTube? Is it available somewhere?
part
Yeah. I
part of
feel
it
like
is.
I eventually saw it on YouTube, or
You
I
did?
guess part of it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can I can send it to you also. I feel I feel like if I say Artie's YouTube channel out loud, he might
Oh,
take it down.
gotcha. Okay. But a link exists somewhere that can be found. But
Yeah.
No, no, I'm sure he doesn't care anymore. It's if you look up kickflip on his head, that's
got
his
it.
channel.
Oh,
And it's
I
like
don't think I ever knew who that was.
that's Artie. And
But when
but
he's
yeah,
doing this project, are you filming like, hey, dude, here's all this footage, do something with it,
no,
or no?
it was honestly kind of the opposite. I remember like being in film classes at Webster and like taking like an editing class, or not Webster. This is still Merrimack at this point, and taking like video editing classes. And he was like nice enough to like give me footage to like practice with. And I was
Okay.
basically
Yeah.
making like uh practice montages. And I remember I even like I think I put one of them on YouTube, and I still kind of feel bad to this day. Like in hindsight, I was like, that was kind of a dick movie. Like gave me all this footage, and I used it in my own edit. So sorry,
Yeah, but
Artie.
it sounds like to some degree it might have been a long time before it got seen, if at
That's
all.
true. That's true. And yeah, it wasn't, I don't think it was anything that wound up in quite the video. Um, but
Yeah.
but
Young, we all do stuff.
yeah, it
And you
was
might have
yeah,
been
it was
looking at it more like this is an editing project that I'm putting it. I don't know.
Yeah. Then
Yeah,
once the
Don't
project's
don't
done,
beat
like this is
yourself up too
awesome.
hard.
Yeah.
right. But anyway, yeah, so quite the video. That was like 2000 yeah, probably
That
like
one, I don't
2000.
know. Yeah.
It would have been probably like 2008, 2009
Okay.
ish.
2009.
Uh but yeah, like I said, basically got the VX because, obviously, had always kind of fucked around with filming, like filmed each other, filmed all our buddies, but never had a legitimate camera. So
Yeah.
got the VX. I think Jason actually bought the fisheye.
Oh,
I was working at
Jason
the
at
shop at the time.
Infinity?
Yep.
Yeah. For
I
what
think
reason?
with the intention of doing a shop video.
Ah, I see.
Um,
Oh man,
so because I mean
that's
that's
super
another
sick.
that's another like $800 those lenses at the time,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
they were
know.
real expensive,
man.
weren't they?
Um, so that was
Damn, Jason, that's
so
sick.
that was the trade-off. He buys the lens, I make
Do
a
the legwork,
full-length
make the
video.
video. Hey, let me
Yeah,
ask you
but
something.
I was
So
glad to do it.
you're going to Merrimack, and then it sounds like at some point you wind up going to Webster for film stuff.
Hmm.
When going to school for filming, are you effectively learning skills that you can translate to making a video, or is it more learning on the ground? Is which one's more effective?
Um, so I will say that I went to Webster. So at the time, Webster offered video production and they offered film production. Now I think they're all the same. They combined them into one. But I went to school for video production. In
Okay.
hindsight, I probably should have gone for film production. I think they had that was like the way better program and like way more learn more real life applicable stuff. I felt the whole time while I was at Webster doing video stuff that I already knew how to do everything
Ah,
that
Mr.
they
Smarty
were
Pants,
that
you're ready.
not just I mean it definitely taught me
Kind of cleaned up maybe some of those
script.
things. Yeah.
And I took classes like I for sure I took like After Effects classes and stuff like that like I didn't know how to do any of that stuff until then. Um but also still that being said, everything I learned there you could have learned by taking tutorials online at the
Just
time,
trial and error, get out there and do it type of thing. Sure.
Yeah, which is
Okay.
honestly probably the best way to do it. But I mean, it does help to have some sort of like formal training to, just to understand the way cameras work
Yeah.
and
And
stuff
I
like
got to
that, I
think you
guess.
have access to a lot of different machines that you might not have access to as well.
A decent amount, like not too much, but yeah, it was cool. I mean, I was like where I, you know, got to shoot 16 millimeter for the first time and like you actually project it and manually splice films together and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you
Uh,
develop it and everything yourself.
had taken photo classes where we developed stuff, obviously, but
Yeah,
we'd never developed. I don't think that, not that it wasn't available, but that's like the film, movie film was always sent off and developed somewhere else.
Hmm.
Um, but
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah. So Jason at Infinity hands you purchases a Death Lens basically
yep.
with
yeah.
the
What
intent
year are
of
you saying that
yeah.
is? Sorry. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, you guys are both talking at the same time. Would you say?
Yeah, what year would you say the lens,
Um,
um,
that's a good question. Let's.
Jason,
I mean, I think if
Jason and the
I,
lens? This is rad. I never knew this.
yeah, um, that would have probably been 2008, I think.
Well,
2007,
it was that
2007 maybe.
that was the whole intent of hey, we're gonna make an Infinity video.
Yeah, because I mean, they had a team at the time, or like Randy had been put on, I think. I can't remember exactly like who was already on when I started working there and who got put on. I don't even know. I'm assuming the team is more or less the same to today, but it's not, I don't know. It's not.
They haven't had tryouts in a while, I don't think,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I could
I
be
I
wrong.
mean, also like when I was working, and before then, like we would get calls all the time, like how do you get sponsored
Oh my
and all this stuff.
God.
But like, do kids
Yeah.
even do skate shops even get that question anymore? I don't even know. You just,
I think they get links is what they get more than
yeah.
anything.
Do
Here's
people, they're like, they just seek out the team manager or like sales guy's
oh,
Instagram and hit you up?
that is a thing. That is
Yeah,
definitely a thing.
I'm sure.
You get managers that know so and so's name, and I was at Tampa Am, and they told me to hit you up. Like, yeah, oh really? Like, cool.
Yeah,
That guy wasn't
that's
even at
funny.
Tampa Am. What are you talking about?
That's funny. Sneaky. Kids are
Yeah,
sneaky.
gotta, yeah, gotta hand it to him. But so, did you get cracking on filming some stuff, or were you guys? I mean, it sounds like you already had a little something started, basically, right?
Yeah, I think I mean, more or less kind of just like, just threw myself in the middle of it. I was probably filming Alex mostly at first, but then like, I don't know. At the time, Artie was filming Randy a lot for the Birdhouse video. Also at the same time ish, Jake Pratt was filming Randy. This is like another situation where like I can't remember if we met via the skate shop or met via the DIYs or YouTube. Jake was probably YouTube, but yeah, I don't know. Like they were filming Randy first, and eventually I was hanging out with Randy, started filming Randy. Um, but yeah,
Did some of that, did the footage, like for instance, if you're filming Randy, does that footage get used by Birdhouse, or was that with the intent of holding it back for an Infinity video?
no, I guess this would have probably been post Birdhouse. This would have been
Right
uh
at the beginning of Send Help or High Five.
high five era because Randy had that high five part come out, which was mostly filmed by I think Jake and Art and probably a whole slew of people. But I think I might have I for sure had a couple clips in there. But I guess it wasn't until a little later on that uh started filming more or focusing on the video. I think maybe in his case, he was just filming just to film in hopes that like they were gonna do a full length high five video.
Yep.
And then I mean you had his
Yeah.
interview already, so you know
Yeah.
how that whole situation kind of went.
Yep.
But so at some point he's focused his energy on the shop video, which glad he did because it probably wouldn't have, been the same or maybe had the same
Sure.
audience or reception without him being in there.
So the Infinity video is Saint Losers, yeah? Is that
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
I did just putting two and two together now.
yeah.
Um, and how long,
bro.
dude? I'm a late bloomer. Um, how long did you guys basically film for that project then? Or was it? It seemed like it was going on for a while. Is that correct?
It definitely felt like it. But I mean, I guess if you know, if we're talking about the time that I got the camera to the time the video came out, that's like 4 years, 2008, 2012. So,
2012 is when the video comes out. Okay.
yep, it premiered in December 2012, but then it actually, you get Mitch, you were probably at the premiere. Were you at the premiere, Todd?
No, no.
Were you living in St. Louis at the time?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
I was definitely there.
it premiered about 95% completed. I think we had like gotten the venue and I thought I could finish it on time, but it was still missing a lot of titles and it was mostly done, but not 100% done. So we had premiered in December 2012.
Where was the premiere at, by the way?
The venue is called 2720 Cherokee,
On Cherokee. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
it's now the Golden Record, which is where we did the 10-year party a couple years ago. Anyway, yeah, so it premiered almost done. I gave myself a couple more months to flesh it out, finish all you know, getting the titles just right and color correction and what have you. Even I think we even snuck in a few clips post premiere, uh, and we had DVDs in March 2013.
Okay. Sick. And dude, correct me if I'm wrong. St. Losers had a pretty fucking good reach. Like it got out there pretty well, you know. And that wasn't all driven by DVD. That had to be online as well, too, right? Or yeah,
Uh, yeah, so let's see, 20. Yeah, so I mean, obviously, I think I can't remember if this one, I can't remember if any, maybe Randy's part was hosted somewhere. I don't think it would have been
probably
Thrash. I don't know if it was Thrasher, but
Skateboard
maybe,
Mag,
yeah,
maybe.
probably Skateboard Mag. I'm sure
Yeah.
probably promoted it. Yeah, if not online, in print for sure. I feel like it maybe had some people talk about it. Um,
Well, it's definitely mentioned through the years for
I
sure.
think it was
And
just
it's
recently
very,
mentioned
very
now that
recently, but
yeah,
even
yeah.
more
yeah.
than just recently.
Well,
It's had
Beachy wrote that article for Jenkum
and Jenkum, that's
about.
what I was thinking about. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Beachy wrote that really nice article for Jenkum about the premiere slash the video itself, and
Right. Yeah.
that I think definitely helped. Uh,
Hmm.
and yeah, I don't know. I think thankful. I mean, super thankful that it was well received. I don't think I was really anticipating that,
Yeah.
but we got. I remember we did 500 copies to start, and we sold them all
No
instantly.
way. Really?
Yep, yep.
I was
Well, I
getting ready
think
to ask you, like, how many DVDs do you sell? That's incredible.
so. We sold 500 right away. Whether it was like at the well, no, it wasn't at the premiere, but at the shop, at other skate shops. I think I said at this point I like knew some people at shops around the country. Maybe just like straight up hit up shops asking if they wanted to carry it or shops that I liked or whatever. And most people say yes, we'll take a few.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think probably due to Jason, we were able to get AWH to carry it, or
Ah.
somebody, or like some other skateboard or video distributor, maybe.
Yes.
Oh,
AWH up in
that's cool.
Chicago, South Shore down in Texas, maybe somebody like that.
Um, so yeah, so we sold 500, and then I remember I think we got another 500, and maybe sold like a couple hundred more, and then the rest like sat for.
Yeah.
I eventually got rid of all of them, whether it was selling them for dirt cheap or giving them away. But yeah, a thousand copies are out there somewhere.
That's amazing, dude. That seems like a giant success, and that's not including obviously what's available online and people purchasing DVDs is
Hmm.
yeah. That was basically the pretty damn close to the end of the DVD era.
Exactly. It really was right at the tail end before
Yeah.
people really stopped buying DVDs. So
Yeah.
because even with Comb in the 2017, so like 4 or 5 years later, I I think I maybe got rid of 500, if that.
Yeah. But again, that was more of an online play than anything at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Um, but yeah.
So how does Comb come about? I actually thought Comb was quicker. For some reason, I kind of pictured in my mind like you did St. Losers, like, oh, I know how to do this. Let's go do it again real quick. Or maybe not real
Uh,
quick.
yeah, no, I mean that's kind of like what I hope too. Uh, but I think everybody was like pretty burnt out over having just completed a 4-year project. So maybe with the exception of a couple dudes or like a handful of clips, I don't think we really jumped back into it for like a probably close to a year afterwards. I think everybody needed a little breather, probably
Yeah.
myself included. Um, but yeah, so I remember I just like had the concept was to do another video with, if not all, as many new like unskated spots as possible.
Really? And was
Yeah.
that motivated by you driving around noticing like, holy cow, there's this, that, or the other? Or
Yes. So
yeah.
I guess it probably would have been. So I lived at my with my parents, I think until I graduated college. So I moved out when I was like
Yeah,
25 or
totally.
20
Ma,
26.
meatloaf, ma.
No, but in 2013, me, Alex, RD, who I mentioned, and Devin Porter all got an apartment in South City. We had four dudes to a little duplex, and we paid $700 a month total.
Jesus, dude. Freaking Love it.
And I don't know. I think just like being, I mean, obviously we had skated the city for a long time, but be fully living in the city and just like driving around, driving not only down like every street, but like on all the alleys. It's like basically just being like, I remember, Randy being super pessimistic around the time, just like, St. Louis sucks. There's nothing else. There's nothing left to skate here. Or skate at all. Rah, rah, rah. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, and I just remember being like, it's like trust me, there's more. You gotta maybe think a little harder, or like try, or like it's not gonna be fun, but it could be cool, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, had been inspired by other crusty urban videos, like all the static videos and whatnot. And it's just like St. Losers was uh St. Losers I really wanted to include all the shop homies, like everybody who supported the shop. And there was a lot of city stuff, but there was a lot of South County skating. Uh, but I don't know. I've wanted for Comb, I wanted to like strictly focus on the city. I wanted it to be all St. Louis, if not all. I wanted to be all city limits within city limits. No
Yeah.
county stuff.
And it seemed
Which
like it
I
was a little bit more focused on people that were in it as well, too. It wasn't such, I won't say homey video, but yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like, yeah, not so much a homie video, but all the dudes who I thought were ripping and were willing to trust me and skate, essentially like let me skate vicariously through them and skate all this like terrible shit
Yeah,
at the
but
end of the
dude, that
at the end of the day.
that terrible stuff looks so good on film. Like I know
I agree.
riding up to it is terrible and you're dodging glass and everything else, but my God, it looks good.
Yeah, I mean I'm definitely proud of that one. Uh
Gabe brought the broom for that, dude. He
yeah.
swept the glass out.
Yeah, so what was so I've seen that video. What was the spot that had to get fixed up the most? Like what was like the what did you have to put some work in on?
Well, I
It's that board slide one. It's that board slide spot, yeah?
the one that Alex did, like the
Yep.
weird,
Yep.
you know what, surprisingly, even though that thing is a chunk of shit, he kind of just went for it. We might have rub bricked that and like clear coated it and waxed it, but he kind of just like powered through all the shitty ground and stuff. If we're talking about the
Yeah,
same one,
Yeah, we
where it's
are.
like
We
the
are.
weird,
like
Yeah.
the curvy
Triangle
one.
looking ledge type of thing.
yeah, where it's
Oh,
like
that thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like
uh
he's
How about
skating on
kind
bricks,
of
basically, you know?
this one that the one I'm thinking of isn't brick. It's
Again, looks
like
like he's skating on brick. That doesn't
oh
mean he
yeah.
was.
It
it's like asphalt. It was like fucking gnarly asphalt on the
it's like
ground, right?
yeah, just crusty old
Mm.
Yeah,
gray
like
falling apart
sharp
asphalt.
shit. Yeah.
And then the ledge itself is like kind of a sawtooth pattern where it doesn't have a straight edge. So it could grab your base plate, it could grab your wheel.
Oh God.
Um, if we're talking about the same one, I'm
I think we are. It looks gnarly. It looks great, to be honest with you. It's just I mean, you made a board slide looks good. That doesn't typically happen. It has to be something like that. You know what I mean?
yeah. The one that came to mind, there in Combe anyway, there's a really sick spot. It's and really unique for St. Louis anyway. You don't see the shit around here ever. But that cellar door to like 3 or 4 stair ledge where you skate off the cellar door and hit the top step.
Okay.
Um, Preston skated it, Levon skated it. Uh, I could pull up a picture for you and show you if you can't think of it. But that one,
Yeah, I'll find it. Yeah.
that one is on the north side. On kind of on I don't know. that's a pretty like I don't know. People think the north side is sketchy, which some of it is, some of it isn't. This block seemed particularly a little hairball, but
Ah,
we yeah, this one basically required like a couple cans of Bondo. I have a picture. I'll just pull I because I saw this on your list and uh
Thought of one.
I
well,
thought of one.
what I'm picturing in my head is like you find the spot, you go get the materials, you go back by yourself, you're doctoring it up, then go and try and get these guys to come back and skate it. Like at
Yeah,
some point, somebody's got to be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing here, man?
thankfully nobody. This one was an abandoned building. Nobody ended up saying anything ever really, but uh yeah, this one it was a team effort. It wasn't just me. So I mean, I've learned that like most of the times when you're doctoring up a spot, you probably shouldn't be alone.
I would
Uh,
agree with that. Sure. That's, yeah.
what the hell is this damn thing? Oh wait. Uh, oh, this one. This
What
this
is
was
that?
the
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
just
Jesus.
like
Is that
covered in.
before?
This is the before.
Holy
It's like
Christ.
covered in rubble and bricks from the building, like kind of collapsing on it. Super overgrown with weeds. The cellar door was, you couldn't you couldn't straight right up it. You would have to ollie and then ollie again, which was like kind of too quick. So basically we oh, and there was a handrail that I think we had I think I can't remember if it was falling off already or if we cut it off.
That
But
was between the cellar door and the stairs
or on the end,
on
I
the
can't
end. Okay.
remember. Um but yeah, basically poured like a couple cans worth of Bondo just so you could smoothly ride up this thing. And not only that, but like several cracks in the sidewalk just so you could get to it. That one was definitely a chore. Yeah, that
Like
one was the first one
solid
that came to mind.
$100 in Bondo.
Well, at the time, pre-pandemic, it wasn't that bad. It was still expensive, but have you looked at the fucking price of Bondo these days? It's insane. Uh, the
Super
big the gal
expensive.
the gallon can is like $50. Used to be 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. I'm always picking up new tips and tricks as far as like fixing up spots goes. We last summer we went to Detroit and we skated with Justin Bowl, Mr. Bowl. He's the spot guy up there.
Okay.
Um, and so yeah, like he turned me on to like Cemental, which is it's like quickcrete, but like you basically mix it into like smoothie or like shake ice cream shake consistency,
Oh, wow.
and then you can basically just like squeegee it over like crusty ground and smooth it out real nice.
Is it better than Bondo then? It goes over smoother or just easier to work with?
Well, it actually kind of dries quickly like Bondo, so you have to work kind of fast, but I think at the end of the day, it's cheaper. I wouldn't use it for filling cracks, but it's good for like if you have a huge patch of just like unrideable ground.
You just smear it around.
You just smear a path. Uh, so that was really nice. That stuff's nice.
You
Uh,
messing with the steel sticks?
yeah, the
Running the
steel
steel
sticks are
sticks?
nice. Yeah, if you got some cracks in the ledge or a chunk out of the ledge, you need to want to get through
Yeah.
easier. Throw that steel stick on there. Using the triple thick polyurethane instead of just like the regular clear coat. Just slather it on
Yeah.
there. I actually for Christmas this year, I got an angle grinder
Oh, nice.
instead of
No more rub brick.
using the rub brick.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I guess it probably depends on the
Careful out
task.
there. Don't overdo it. You
That's
can
what
quickly make a ledge disappear.
I need to practice ledge first for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it was cool meeting him, Justin Bowl, Mr. Bowl.
Mr. Bowl, nice.
And
So
the
when you're
felling.
finding spots for comb or even other, are you just cruising? Do you ride a bicycle? Do you go out on a bicycle?
No, I'm mostly
No.
driving.
Okay.
I do slash I have done that in the past,
Yeah.
but the bike is nice because you don't.
Get in and out of alleyways quick.
Yeah, you like it's
It
easy to miss
slows you
stuff.
down
Well, yeah, but it also gives you
in
the
case it's
opportunity to like see your surroundings more clearly. If you're in a car,
Yeah.
you might be looking
Good
one
point.
way and miss something on the other side.
Yeah, good
yeah.
point.
Like, oh, you can't skate that thing because this is actually there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How how scoured is St. Louis? How much is left?
Well, that's the thing is like I've scoured pretty hard or combed, if you will,
Aha.
which is obviously, I mean, maybe not super obvious, but that's where the name of the video comes from. But I mean, I've not that I've explored every inch of this place, but I've covered a lot of ground. North
Yeah.
side, south side, not so much east side. You might find some stuff on the east side, or like more in the Metro East. I'm sure there's stuff out there that I haven't found, but um,
Man,
I don't know.
to this day, my gut tells me North County has an abundance of spots. Like,
I'm
and
sh
I
I'm
know
sure there is.
I know stuff growing up. Matt, you did the same thing. I know you guys were tearing around there when you guys were younger. Um, there is
Yeah.
was good stuff over that way,
I
just
mean,
spread out.
I've definitely skated some really cool stuff in Florissant and Ferguson. Um, and I know that like a lot of the BMX homies back in the day would like skate or like ride all kinds of stuff up there, which may or may not exist anymore. I don't know, but yeah, I need to do some more
Yeah.
scouring, which
Yeah.
like I'm always down. There's always new stuff to be found, and there's it's funny because like we have more new spots made by something like falling apart than we do like stuff being built. So you kind of just have to constantly keep your eyes peeled, and
That's a
maybe you'll see something that is slightly different than it was a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good way to look at it, especially in a city that's as old as St. Louis. Like they're not popping up new things left and right, Their things are more in disrepair.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have a network of BMX dudes that you talk spots with?
Not, I wouldn't say a network. There's a
Okay.
couple dudes that are into the same kind of style of kind of like urban riding, and then a couple buddies who were like older BMX heads. Lee and Cole. Mitch might
Yeah,
know
Lee
that.
and Cole.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys if you know them.
Yeah. I know
But
him.
they're
Good peeps.
yeah. Lee is who Michael Worful lived above or below. He rented
Mm.
from him for a while. That's how I met Lee. But no, they're rad dudes, and they both skate too. Like they were BMXers first, but they picked up skating later on, and it was actually super rad to watch Lee progress. And
For sure. Yeah.
after picking up skating at like in his 30s, probably.
Oh, wow. That is incredible. That's impressive.
Maybe he skated back in the day, but I'm not sure. Lee and
Yeah.
Cole Todorovic, I think
Yeah.
is their last name. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but no, they're like amazing
Yeah.
BMXers. Like I have a video called I think it's the Bloody Fingers video, I think was their crew, Bloody Fingers.
In St.
And
Louis, it was like a local
yeah,
guys. No way.
like yeah.
Dude, I don't know where I
Uh
saw it. Cole had a photo of bunny hopping the shepherd fence. I was like,
really.
fuck yeah,
You know
that's
he
fucking rad.
It is rad. What he also did, that the Lindenwood Park rail that Frenzel 50/50'd,
Yeah.
he grinded up that on a BMX bike.
Oh God. That's like
Which is
Shit.
14 stairs or something, right? Or
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe even like 16.
whew.
But no, they're rad. They're cool guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as current BMX dudes, there's a couple guys. A kid named Jack. But yeah, we
You're
haven't
not
really.
talking to him daily by any swapping spots type of thing.
No, but I will occasionally send him stuff that's like not skatable, but it might be bikeable.
Yep. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
But yeah.
Hey, so
But
circling.
actually, well, sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt,
go ahead.
but honestly, so uh obviously like after Comb and stuff, eventually Brandon Yinger comes into the picture.
Okay.
He made that Stained video that Max and some other dudes are in. But I kind of hate to say it, but like all the scooter kids sort of picked up where I left off. Like, you know, like there's like some scooter squads who will go
Yeah.
and skate some crusty shit. And they're out there kind of doing what I wish the skaters were
I think
doing, you know?
I
I
finally
see.
gathered those Instagram spot pages. A lot of
Yeah,
those were our scooter
run by scooter kids.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say kids, they're probably pushing
Yeah.
30, you know,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
uh,
So wait, when did Comb come out?
2017,
2017. And
October.
who had parts in that?
Uh, Max, who I don't know if you're aware of this, but goes by Grace now. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do my I'm gonna refer to them as Grace from here on. Um,
Yeah.
and then Drew at Scorn, Chris Jackson, Derek Smith, um, who else? Oh, Levon, then Randy. Oh, Preston. Preston was living in St. Louis at this time,
Yeah.
and P. Franks. They overlapped a little bit, maybe. Oh, Sublette kind of pulled together a part. Ryan Sublette,
Nice.
Yeah.
and Alex.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Maybe I'm missing somebody. Did I say Levon?
Yeah, you
It's
did.
pretty wild.
Yeah.
We had three pros. Or was Pat pro at that time?
He might have been pro for. I think he was on heroin at the time.
Yeah.
The skateboard
So we
company, not
had
the.
three pros living here. Almost.
Yeah, or
That's,
Sublette might have even been pro too. I'm
oh
maybe,
shit. So four?
maybe.
Maybe I'm gonna fucking forget somebody and they're gonna be super angry. Just kidding.
No,
There's
but
probably
yeah,
some other random
it
pro, right?
no, it was good. It was kind of nice because a lot of people were living at Randy's at the time. It
Yeah.
was like at
Yeah.
one point it was like
And Marty
Randy,
was around. Sorry. Yeah.
Marty was on a little bit. But like, yeah, Preston lived there, Devin lived there, I think Chris Jackson lived there. Maybe for a little bit. P. Franks eventually moved in. I don't know, but it was nice to have that. I feel like that's kind of what's lacking is right now is a skate house. Or it's what
Ah,
we've kind of like always kind of lacked is like a skate house.
a place where you can just swing by, someone's down to skate, or at least have like a meetup spot, huh?
Yeah, or just like, you know,
I I
you
thought
just you
Randy's and then that apartment you mentioned earlier were the closest to
well, yeah, there
to
was
ours.
like that Arsenal, like there's Drew and like Levon and a bunch of people lived on that Arsenal house right across the street from Tower Grove Park. That was a skate house, I would say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we always, I mean, with the exception of that first apartment where we squeezed four dudes into one place, we've always kept it kind of small. Like after that, we moved into a house in Princeton Heights, and it was me, Alex, and Tyler Hoppy.
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
and then and then Sam Corkery and Devin both lived in the basement at
That
one
sounds like
point.
a skate house to me. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose, but Sam was great to have around. I mean, I love Sam. He's helped me a lot with with St. Losers and Comb as far as manning the camera. Um,
he was filming as well.
yeah, he got a
Yeah.
camera at some point, and he was always down to, you know, he worked on his own stuff, but he would always
Awesome.
uh, contribute stuff if you know, if Alex or one of the guys wanted it to go towards whatever I was working on. So thank you,
Yeah.
Sammy.
Yeah.
Love you.
That's right. It seems like, yeah, people were
Uh,
always stoked to help you out.
yeah, no, it's nice. I mean, I was, you know, rewatched. I don't remember the last time I watched St. Losers, but I rewatched it in anticipation of this. And yeah, I forget like how much of that video I didn't film, you know, as I filmed almost like Comb was like almost 100% filmed by me, but St. Losers, you know, like I said, I wanted to get all the homies. So if they had a clip that was filmed by a friend of a friend. If it was like decent enough, I put it in the friend section, you know. Like even Steve Roberts, who I think was one of the first people on the Infinity team, like I I included a clip of him in there that was filmed on one of those like flip cameras.
Oh, damn.
Do you remember those?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, and it comes and goes pretty quick, but yeah, there's random flip cam
Yeah,
flip uh, flip in there.
for sure. Hey, so I got to ask this. So you put out, you worked on St. Losers, you manned Comb. At some point, you kind of start to become the guy when people show up in town, like, hey, we're going to hit up Gabe either to film or take us around to spots. Is that kind of, I mean, you're
I
maybe not the only guy, but one of a few guys. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think
And specifically, like spots similar to what you have in Comb, too. It's not like,
right,
take us to your biggest rail. It's more like, hey, we know this guy. He's got some rub brick ledges in the middle of the hood.
right. Yeah, I mean, for sure after St. Losers, I think that was the most recent video. And so yeah, anybody passing through, I think they just hit me up, you know, whether it was because of the video or because maybe I worked at the shop at the time. I don't know exactly, but definitely like showed my fair share of dudes around. Um, but I do remember after Comb, there was like a big influx of people who wanted to skate St. Louis to the point where I feel like I showed so many dudes around that I was kind of starting to get tired of it.
Yeah, for
Like
sure. As
what?
well as hide
Because
your own spots, right?
I mean, I'm you know, depend obviously I feel like I've never been that secretive. Um,
You probably haven't had to be. That's the thing,
well,
too.
St. Louis is small enough that you know, you the stuff's out there if you want to look for it, you just have to look for it, you know. So uh I feel like I've very rarely have somebody like ask me for a spot and I wouldn't tell them, you know. Um, that being said, like uh, if I ever didn't disclose a location of something or something, it's not because, you know, I don't like the term gatekeeping, but you know, it's almost like kind of like self-preservation, you know, like you want to make something interesting and something unique, and you can't do that if, you know, the homie's homie, you know, posted, you know, does the same trick that you put all the effort into doing and post it on Instagram, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
which, um,
Can
so,
happen. I would imagine.
Yeah.
and, you know, here, you
That's
don't,
the
like you said, you don't have to worry about it too much. I'm sure, you know, in LA, it's a whole different story. Like if you want to do something unique, you do have to be secretive about it.
yeah. That's
But here,
that
not so
double-edged
much.
sword of those spot pages,
Mhm.
especially when they first came around. It was like, whoa, wait a minute, like,
Well, also you got to like take
but
consider the fact that like not all this stuff is a free for all, you know. It's like you have to
yeah,
you can't just like go there at 12
yeah,
o'clock on a Wednesday and expect to like skate
and
something all the time, you know. Like you
yeah,
have to be a
and
little smart
that
about it,
that knowledge isn't always
right?
learned except by being part of that little community
Hmm.
that probably fixed the spot or like I know I texted you, I think, about you remember that spot I was like, I drive by this thing all the time. I'm sure it's you that did this. It's
The
like,
Vandeventure one.
oh, see you. Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't
I
ever
don't
take a
see. I don't.
picture of it and like be like, this is so sick. Come skate this or whatever. Like, you know,
Yes. See, I
but
don't
if
really care. Like even that one. So that one was one that I thought would be sick. I still do, but nobody else was really feeling it, you know? And that was another one talking about like spots that required a lot of fixing up. Um,
that looks like it took some work.
yeah, so that one was the Cemental trick from Mr. Bowl. where like the ground was too shitty to ride on to even get up to that thing. So basically poured
Yeah.
a path of rideable ground,
Mm,
rub steel stick and rub bricked the ledge and clear coated the ledge, but also like where you roll in was like a fat lip to where you would your
Just
wheels
kind of
would for sure just catch it. So we like concreted that also. So
that
yeah,
sounds like a lot of work. Did anybody get any clips on it, or has it yet to be touched?
Grace did get a trick, but I don't think they're super into it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's up for grabs if anybody wants to go skate it. It's fuck what the it's on Vandeventer, basically right near Tower Grove. Go get you
yeah.
some.
Yeah. Go ride around on the bike. Figure it out.
Or
Uh,
don't. Let
Yeah.
let Grace do their thing.
yeah.
And go back and get some.
But
No,
yeah,
it's a rad one. It's cool.
there's a lot of people that were, and I wouldn't say a lot of people. People were starting to show up in town though and kind of skating some stuff because that time you were just describing for Combe, it wasn't just St. Louis necessarily. There was just a lot of people kind of showing up in the middle of the country. It seemed like it, you know what I mean, driving around from random Rust Belt city to Rust Belt city.
Yeah, I think I don't know, like maybe we were kind of just having a moment. Maybe there was some other videos that came out around the same time. I'm sure there were, but I don't
Dude,
off the top of
Combe
my head.
definitely was on the radar. I mean, come on, you highlighted a lot of interesting stuff throughout the city.
Yeah, that was awesome because I I that one I reached out to Josh Stewart because Theories was, a big I was always been into his videos and he's doing Theories of Atlantis and they were distributing indie videos and I think my buddies in Chicago, John Schmolt and Mark Dunning do that deep dish series,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
and I think they maybe suggested that I reach out to him, and so I did
Was
send him
that
a
just for distribution? Like, hey, buy a couple copies to sell or what?
pretty much. It was
Yeah.
just like I was like, hey, I made this video. Obviously, your influence on my work. Hope you like it. If you want to grab a couple copies, let me know. And super down. They were super, or he was super into Grace's part. They actually like, I think Grace was the only one who got a box out of that
Oh, nice.
video.
I was
Um,
about to ask, yeah, was there some sponsorship that came out of that part? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
pretty
that
much just Grace. Like they, like Josh sent him a few theories boxes,
was
and
Weekend later then? Because wasn't, or is that,
weekend was later, but it would have had to been,
okay,
it couldn't have been too much later.
okay.
Um, um, and that one was Trevor Thompson basically hit me up directly. It was like, oh, what's up with Max
Hmm.
Grace? They like
Yeah,
I don't know, and they but
the
yes,
really rad
there's
part.
on the boards,
Really,
yeah.
really rad part.
Yeah.
So
No, that was,
how'd it go with Josh Stewart then? Was he into grabbing some copies?
yeah, he grabbed, I don't think he grabbed like too many, but, enough to put on the web store and then, so with, yeah, so he distributed, I mean, there was like the same deal with St. Losers. I think I hit up the shops that I knew people at. They were down, obviously, to grab some. And then Josh distributed it. And then also I can't remember the name of it, but there's kind of like the European equivalent of theories where they did, I don't know if it's still around, but it was basically like indie video, skate video distribution in Europe.
Okay.
And I'm blanking on the name of it. I tried to find it
Didn't
in my
it
emails.
play on, didn't it also play on like Free Skate Mag and all that? That's like
Yes.
online stuff.
It
Yeah.
was, so Preston's part was on Thrasher because that was the only part this was around the time I guess they started getting picky about like the music rights and stuff. And Preston was the only one who skated. Preston skated to a song that was by our buddy's band, Glued, and
Oh, hell yeah.
so that was the only one that we could get we could have them
Yeah.
host it
You
and
could clear it.
not have
Yeah.
to worry about music stuff, which was awesome. And they would supposedly would have been down to do more had we, bothered to get in the rights, which I've never tried to do. I don't even know how to do.
You don't want to
Um,
do that. You gotta
I
gotta have a
I
kind of a deep
feel
wallet.
Yeah, I feel like most of the time skate videos and stuff go, are flying low enough under the radar, it doesn't matter. Or if anything, maybe they see it as good publicity. I don't know.
They absolutely should. I was literally just driving around today listening to Herbie Hancock because I listened to it in a skate video when I was 16. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
Jesus Christ, like it works.
Yep. Um, yeah, but then so like I said, I can't remember the name of that distribution, but was able to get European distribution. And then there was sort of the same deal in Japan. I had somebody another distribution in Japan picked up some copies, so
Huh.
Damn,
Cone went worldwide.
Yeah, global
sick.
takeover.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh,
But at some point between yourself and like the theories guys kind of started coming over to St. Louis to film. Is that how that
they
all went
did
down?
they did initially. I'm pretty sure it's like Brett Weinstein, who's one of the Chicago deep dish guys. Um, I guess he was probably already working on a part with Josh for what ended up being Static 6.
Wow, six.
Um,
Wow.
yeah, because it was 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. Yeah, and then 6. 6 is the most recent one. Um, and so I think he had already talked to Josh about like, yo, we should do a St. Louis trip.
Hmm.
And I think the first, because Josh came here twice, and I'm pretty sure the first time it might have just been Brett and Aaron Harrington and maybe somebody else, but I was going through like footage on my computer, and those are the only ones the clips that were coming up from that time. Uh, but then eventually they came back maybe a year or two later with like a whole squad, and a lot of that stuff ended up in Static 6, which is sick to see. So much like St. Louis stuff in there.
Yeah, for sure. That footage of Aaron Harrington jumping from rail to rail, that was incredible.
Hmm.
Like that was great.
Yeah, and that is like obviously amazing and awesome, but maybe the least staticky spot
Yeah.
in St.
That's
Louis.
actually the least St. Louis
Sle-
spot in St. Louis too.
right? Yeah. Uh, and no, that I'm hyped that I was there for that. I'm hyped my angle got used because Josh, bless him, he almost botched that one if you watch the footage.
Oh no. No
Doesn't
way.
he pan
A
away
little,
a little too
well,
quick or something?
I think he just wasn't expecting it. Like, I mean, I don't think he like hopped on that thing too many times, but it was basically like the first one that he actually got onto the second rail. He just took it, and I think he's kind of startled all of us. And it was on like I think he already talked about this in an interview, but it was like a disgusting day. It might have
Yeah.
been, I think it was like April, but it was like still cold as fuck,
It was
like
raining, wasn't it?
nasty, like misty,
Yeah.
maybe not raining, but like windy, cold, wet April day, and
Not ideal
it
jump
had to have
for jumping handrail to handrail.
no, and it had to have been like the last day probably. Otherwise, I don't think he would have like picked picked that time to do it. But yeah, he like lands it and like Josh or I or somebody pan over and everybody's like wearing blankets
Yeah, under that pavilion all bundled up and stuff. Yeah.
bundled up under the pavilion.
Sure.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah, that was incredible.
pretty epic. I don't think anybody's ever touched that thing since. May I think I remember he was first, or I know Ronnie Sandoval board slid it, which is also crazy to go through that gap. Uh,
Think that ended up in Propeller?
it was one of the Vans videos,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
if not Propeller, then like they did.
The
It was
Elijah Burrow video or something, right?
well, there was like there was spinning away and no other way, and I can't remember which one was first.
Okay.
But there was like a decent amount of St. Louis footage in those videos, which those guys have come here on multiple occasions, and I was able to show them around because I had I don't even know where I met Ryan Level initially, but Kansas City dude was working for Vans.
Yep.
Um, I mean, what it's I'm sure we were probably just internet friends, like a lot of these dudes. I think we just followed each other out of mutual respect for each other's videos, and maybe just chatted online a little bit, and that's all it really takes these days. That's
Yeah.
the best thing. I mean, I always tell people who don't understand, like, that's the best thing about skating is you can literally not know anybody, go to a city you've never been to, and connect with somebody you don't know and make friends for life that way, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I've
Crash on the floor for a while.
done that so many times. Uh, but yeah.
Yeah. What was the most
Good
recent
stuff.
trip that came through? Or what was the most recent crew that came through that you might have shown around? Did anybody, it's December 2025. Was anybody around fall or summertime?
I think about a year ago, I don't know if this is the most recent, but last October, the Quasi Dudes came.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Um, and that was most of the dudes minus Gilbert. Yeah, it's like Will Rosenstock was the filmer from Richmond, and then it was like John Rowe, who's also from Richmond, who's on Quasi now, and Dick Rizzo. Uh,
Justin Henry, perhaps?
no, but he did come. He was here on a Vans trip
That
with.
dude's rad.
He is rad. I would love to get him back here. He's super sick, super good style. Oh, that Cruz Mossberg kid who got swooped up by hockey.
Yep.
He was on Quasi at the time. He did some fucked up shit here, which will I think end up in maybe a last resort video. I probably should. I don't know if I should say that out loud, but I I was told that that footage might end up in a hockey video. And I was like, oh, that'd be kind of sick.
Oh, sick.
But
Yeah.
but uh, it's looking like maybe it might be in something like
Yeah.
last resort thing. But
You guys know who his father
he's
is,
not
right?
Jamie Mossberg, right? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like he
Made the
like
birdhouse video and stuff.
yeah yeah. I mean
Yeah.
I didn't until I met him, but
Yeah.
I learned that, and that's awesome.
Yeah. His dad was I
Yeah.
don't know if his dad ever had a board or if he was just an am, but real hairy dude, if I recall correctly. Always be
Harry,
shirtless with
oh
big old
Harry,
chest.
physically Harry.
Yeah, physically hairy. Yeah.
Mm, it's funny. No, but no, he cruises
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
so gnarly. It's just like he was one of those dudes where like they would like ask about a spot, and I'd be like, I don't think that's possible. And I was like, I learned to like keep my mouth shut because like he just kept proving me wrong.
Just
Like,
jump on it, no problem.
yep, and just like just do shit.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Huh.
I've learned over the years that I need to just like let if somebody wants to try something, just let them try it because
Yeah.
if I don't even if I don't think it's physically possible, I've been proved wrong. So,
Time and time again. That's the beauty of it, right? People keep
Yeah.
unlocking things like that.
yep.
Nice. Are you working on anything right now as we roll into 2026?
Yeah, not really officially. I mean, I don't have like a trailer or a title or anything set in stone yet, but I got the extreme fisheye for my HD camera, so trying to do a St. Losers HD video.
Oh
Really?
wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody slotted for parts or kind of just wait and see where things end up?
I mean, basically the day-to-day crew is I mean, these days it's mostly Alex, Grace, and Levon. You know, Randy when I can get him out. Um, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, I would love to get clips of all the homies.
Yeah.
Uh, this one, I don't know. It's like at the same time, it's like I don't want to force people to skate absolute crust uh, for this one per se, but at the same time, like you know, would like this keep the spots interesting and keep and also again like have as many new spots as possible, even though it seems like there's not there's not as many new spots to be discovered, but I feel like there's still spots that like they just need a little more fixing than we were willing to do before that like maybe like yeah like
Yeah.
Or learned stuff in the past 15 years of trying to do it.
yeah
Yeah.
for sure.
Maybe
Yeah.
St. Losers County and like
Oh,
all county, like a premiere at like an Applebee's or something. Like it would really go off.
we could do that.
Yeah. What was the lens you said you just got? Is
It's just the big fat one that for the it's like the it's called the extreme fisheye
What's the
for the
difference
pan.
between that and like a depth lens, or is it ultimately the same difference?
It's ultimately the same thing, just
Okay.
for the HD camera, and it just happens to be like 4 times as big and 4 times as expensive or
Perfect.
more. I don't know. Like, well, it sucks because like I thankfully I lucked out and I got one of the last ones that they made before they discontinued it, and then the price fucking skyrocketed on them because they don't make them anymore.
Oh
And
God.
so now, like, I paid, I think, like 2,300 for it brand new, which is
For
already
the
insane.
lens?
Yeah, for just for the lens,
Fuck, dude.
which is insane to think of. But then, like, I don't know if they're still going for this much, but you would see them people asking like 5 or 6 grand for them, which, like, that's a vehicle. That's
Yeah, right, right.
so. That's the other thing is like not like everybody's intimidated by it, and like for good reason. And it's like, thankfully, it hasn't gotten schwacked yet, but
Sure.
I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
but I don't know. I feel with the dude, I don't know. It's like one of those things where I don't know. In the past, I may have been like a little choosy about like what I've filmed, or be like somebody like maybe say they want to try something, and for one reason or another, I might be like, eh. If anything, it's because I think they could do better, or I think they could do it at something at a better spot, you know? But like with this camera, it's like feel like I really have to be choosy because it's like I don't want to like risk
Yeah.
breaking the lens on something that I'm not like willing to film, you
The
know?
freaking blind school ledges like ain't really worth sticking the camera down there necessarily.
Which I love blind school edges, and
Of course.
I would gladly film there. It needs a that spot needs to be repaved. I don't know if you've been there anytime soon, but it's pretty rough these days.
Yeah.
But if it ever gets repaved, game on.
Yeah, for sure.
You were asking about favorite spots. Like, I mean, that one's up there. Blind
Yeah.
School. It's funny how long that spot was probably there before anybody even realized it.
Dude,
I,
we would skate the banks in front. Like
yeah,
that was the thing. Like, yeah.
same. I skated the banks long before the ledges, and I think so. The story goes, as far as I know, like I think it was like Reggie and some of our other buddies, Kevin Deutman, Kenny Kane, South County dudes found that spot. And I think in the past it was brick ground, and
Okay.
eventually they paved over it
I remember that
and
those years when they did the whole repaving of all the alleys in the city, and that was kind of sick. Like that definitely opened things up in a lot of ways.
yeah, they just they need to
Do it
continue
again?
doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Um, No, but that spot's amazing. And that's always so like there's that spot, and then a couple blocks down is those we call them the mosaic banks, you know,
No, which,
where
oh, yes, on the sidewalk.
yep.
Yep.
Um
Yeah.
so usually when dudes come to town, that's the first place I take them is like those two spots,
Yeah.
which is I'm also maybe not the best idea because then we inevitably end up going back there
The
like
standard's high at that
yeah.
point.
Yeah. And so like we'll always end up going there the first day and then maybe the second and maybe the third day also.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, those are two epic very St. Louis spots side by
Yeah,
side.
for sure. Well, dude, that's rad.
Mhm.
Potentially working on another video, or at least the inception of it, and kind of see where things go.
Yeah, we'll see. I meant to kind of try to put a timeline together and see how much footage I'm working with, but I might have I mean, it was kind of the same deal with after Comb, like everybody was pretty burnt, so we maybe didn't film very much right away, except for Levon, which is where
Yep.
the Levon part comes in.
Yeah,
Basically, like after Comb,
some of these are
Levon,
short.
yeah. So like basically, I don't know, maybe I think Levon was getting hooked up at the time. He was riding for that format company that was kind of short-lived.
Okay.
I don't even know who ran that or how he ended up getting hooked up. But he for whatever reason, like after Comb, everybody else kind of slowed down and he didn't. So he quickly, I think before I even decided that I wanted to commit to like buying the lens and doing an HD video, he already had like a minute of VX footage when nobody else had any,
Oh
basically.
wow.
And so I was like, all right, well, fuck it. I'll just like, we'll keep filming UVX until we have a part's worth, and I'll work on filming the other dudes with the HD camera. And we took a little bit longer than I think we both expected, but that's but then we came up with that solo part that we premiered at the St. Losers 10-year
Oh,
anniversary party.
okay. That was the part that was floating around a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago,
Couple of years.
maybe.
Yeah, I guess it
Yeah.
was probably 2023, 2022 or 2023, but it
Okay.
yeah, Free Skate Mag hosted it. Um,
Nice.
and yeah, that one was really well received too. Like I mean, I
Dude, you're on a
keep
roll.
I mean, I keep saying it, but like I'm glad, like I never really like expect everybody to like these so much, but I it feels good that people tell me they like my stuff.
Yeah, dude. Keep filming it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, with any luck, make another video
Yep.
for the
That'd be
masses.
fuck yeah, dude.
Right
That's
on.
awesome.
That's super rad. Yeah.
But I don't know. We also so like we in the past we've toyed around a lot of just doing like big small town Missouri tour, like doing like hitting all the mid-sized towns in Missouri and trying to make a video of it. So
Dude, I'm a fan of river towns. I really like going to river towns
mhm.
throughout Missouri, and they're all on hills, and there's
Yeah,
always spots.
yeah, dude. I was literally just Google mapping Hannibal,
Yeah.
and seems like there's some spots there. So actually, the most recent trip we did, me and Grace and Levon and Alex, um, the last couple times we went to Kansas City, all the spots that we wanted to skate, they're like, oh, that's St. Joseph.
St.
That's St.
Joseph up
Joseph.
north. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, well, fuck it. Next time we'll just go to St. Joseph for 2 days. So that's exactly what we did. We went to St. Joseph like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then skated Kansas City on Monday. And it was honestly awesome. It was like such a fucking sick little small town.
Yeah.
It's like our Alton, it's like 45 minutes north, and there's like a high ratio of spots
Yep.
all together. You can just drive around and find stuff. You don't necessarily need a guide. Although Manny from Jeff City, Manny
Yeah.
Mayer, I don't know how to pronounce his last name exactly, but Ripper, younger dude. Actually, he's probably not super young, but uh, he's like one of my favorite skaters in Missouri right now. But he lives in Kansas City. He rides for Escapist.
Okay.
But we met him in Jeff City a few years ago when Brandon was filming for Stained. He showed us around Jeff City, and so he came up from KC and skated St. Joe with us, and skated KC with us. But
Nice.
no, it was fun. And he's come down here a couple times too. He's actually got a decent amount of few little clips for
Uh-oh. Might be a part.
potentially. Hey, if he keeps at it, we'll
Yeah.
see. Um, no, but he rips.
Yeah.
Um,
Big fan.
yeah, he's just like one of those dudes who can like go, 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 but it looks good. It's not like it doesn't look too wild.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question. You're out in the streets pretty often. Who's a younger dude that's coming up, guy or gal?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean it's obviously Cass. Like Cass is gnarly. Uh,
Have you filmed with Cass?
I haven't. I might have. Can't remember. Maybe I put it in my camera at him a couple times when we were out squatted up, but I don't think I really have a clip of him for the next project
Yet.
yet. Um, I don't know, man. It's other than that, like I feel like the younger kids need to get on it because it's a shame when like you got like Juicy Jake, Schwert, and like Keno, and we're all pushing 40
That's the
and
reason
like
why I asked that question, because
and
that crew you just rattled off, I'm like, okay, I know all those names. Like, who are the names that I don't know, you know?
there's a couple. kids I have my eyes on Instagram, but like some kids that like I've never even met, but I'm like they kind of rip. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's
Okay.
I wish
Yeah.
I had a bet. I wish I had a another answer
Well,
aside from Cass.
come up with some worthy clip footage and Gabe will point the camera at you and off you go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the thing is like okay, so I feel like, obviously when we were younger, the pretty guys kind of took us under our wing, like
Hmm.
met. I mean, we kind of skipped over a lot of stuff.
For sure. Who
We
would
we
be
took a
some of
circle.
those
We could circle.
who would be some of those pretty guys? An example.
Well, like Jack Donzi and
Okay.
Randy and David Euthys, but like I think I met Randy and David at Webster Park. I Alex told a story about how you just told me the other day about how him and Brinkman skipped school and went to the YMCA skate park and met Jack and maybe Guy Gray or a few of the dudes, and they took him to the tennis courts.
Ah,
Uh, and so that was kind of like how we kind of started skating with all those dudes. And uh, yeah, I met so many people at the tennis courts, like Ben Goki, and I'm assuming that I definitely met like Jared Owens and Charles Harris and maybe Jabari. Uh, yeah, like so many people there.
yep.
Um, my point is though, like, so they took us under their wing. I feel like we did the same thing for like Grace and a couple of the other younger guys, and then they kind of did that with like with for Stained, I don't know, like Avery and like those younger guys, but then everybody like moved. And I don't know, I feel like there was
Yeah.
kind of there was a gap there where like
I see.
there was no older guys to show the younger guys
Sure.
the ropes and get them out in the streets.
For sure. See, that's the
Uh,
part that I would be concerned with is that there's no motivation to get out in the streets because you can get pulled into a skate park very easily, you know? And whenever I go to the local skate park, I always ask, hey, what are the street spots close by? And they're all rattling off stuff that I skated with 25 years ago. Like, all right, I know there's more out there, guys. Like, you got to find it though. Like, it's there.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, even if you're even if it's like something stupid, like it's
It's brand
like
new. It's
if
brand
even
new.
even if it's a curb, get a curb going, or just instead of hopping in the car, just park and skate somewhere and see what you can find.
No doubt.
Joe Jackson
Um,
seems to make it all work.
exactly. It's
Perfect
like,
example. Yes, he makes it
mhm.
work. Exactly.
Joe obviously has no problem getting footage. I got some stuff of him. Uh, hopefully get some more. But yeah,
Yeah. Nice. We're looking forward to the next project then, or seeing whenever it might come out in the near future. Hopefully the lens works out and doesn't get damaged.
yeah. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, what
Well,
else we
what else? Anything we didn't cover that's on the timeline? Hold up the timeline again. This is impressive.
That's
we
impressive,
got
that for sure.
we got we
Did
got
you
five.
tape the
How
pieces of
did you
paper
have to? Yeah,
together?
did you,
I did, yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Um, I'm sure we definitely missed some stuff. Um,
Matt, did we miss
can I
anything
get
on your side?
a digital uh
need a
copy
scan.
of all that?
You need a
Yeah,
scan of
Is
this.
that
yeah.
possible? Over
Um,
time, no big deal, no rush. Um, no, I even was trying to take some notes on you, bud. Like you covered all the videos. I'm always a big fan of you rip at skating.
oh yeah.
Like you had that clip in Bane on that
Oh yeah.
super tall ass ledge.
What was your clip in Bane?
Stoked on
What was it?
this.
I did
Damn.
like a board slide barley on a
Ah,
ledge, on like a flat ledge.
nice.
Which I had like kind of well, I had done that trick on double-sided ledges before, but never on like a ledge with a flat top.
Oh, I did
And
see that. I did see that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The
and that
whole thing, man.
Yeah.
yeah. I
Good
mean,
stuff.
I like that spot. And it's, it's one of those ledges it's beveled, but it works for like switcheroo tricks, Like
Yeah, certain tricks.
I can't really, I'm not good at like the no slide crooks type stuff that like Levon is, but I can do them on that thing. Uh, but yeah, so that one I think I had just learned at like, I think I learned it. I did one at the slab on the ledge there.
Mm.
And then I just like tried it on there and it worked. We are super squatted up that day. I just like happened to be there when Christian was there and it worked out. No, but
Right
like you were
on.
asking, oh, so well, you were asking about parts or clips of myself that I like.
Yeah.
So me and Alex actually we share a part in that quite the video that Art made. Like me and Alex share a part. So I'll
Hmm.
send that to you
Yeah.
because it's pretty funny because Alex is
Is
like I'm probably 20, I don't know, 21 or so, and Alex is like has braces. He's like 16, 17, maybe 15. I don't know. Um, that part is not, I mean, there's nothing in there that really stands out that I'm super proud of, but I did like my clip in Trent's video in No Man's Land. We were skating that those ledges on the
that the
landing.
Jersey barrier or no?
No, it's those ledges on the landing by Morgan Street Brewery that are
Like the
they're
stairs.
no, they're basically like they're
The
essentially flat
black.
bar. They're, yeah, the black ones that look they're more like flat bars than they are
Yeah, and you
ledges,
skated the bench
Yeah, I skated the
and the
bench.
thing.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like because like I love nose slides and like one day I was doing nose slide and then like popping up onto the bench and like you kind of have to pop up otherwise your wheels your wheels will
Yeah.
bash into it so you kind of have to pop up and so then I like started toying around with trying to do nose slide pop up to manual and I felt like I was getting kind of close and Trent asked me if I wanted to film it and this is maybe the one time ever that I did a trick first try on camera and I did that trick first try
That's
once.
what you tell them, dude. This is how you do it, you fuckers. Just get it,
Exactly.
knock it out.
Yep. So no, I lucked out on that one because I've definitely,
Right.
I've definitely tried tricks for hours and hours and filmed people try tricks for hours and hours and
We all know that.
and go back to spots 10 times,
That's how you
So
get it
it's,
done.
yeah.
We all know
Um,
those tears inside.
yep. Um,
Oh man.
yeah, I feel like we kind of, I don't know if we skipped over. I don't know.
Dude, I would almost guarantee, unless we were on here for 6 hours, we're gonna breeze over a couple things for sure.
I kind of wanted to touch on, or maybe, I don't know. I briefly talked about like Will and the Richmond guys, but like,
Oh,
um,
Richmond, Virginia. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that was like another thing where I feel like we just
Have you guys been to Richmond yourself?
yes, but
Yes.
it like 2013 we went there, but it wasn't initially through Will. It was Max Mattoon who like made a couple videos out of Richmond, and we had like just talked. I mean, his videos were good and funny, and we had been
Which ones were
communicating.
those? Which was that
I remember one of them was called Ass Baby.
oh fuck. All
Awesome.
Uh,
right.
and there's a couple more, I think, but
Okay.
I think it just, you could just tell from the videos, they're like, fuck, Richmond looks sick and these guys seem funny. Uh,
Yeah.
and so I think I just like hit him up. I was like, oh, I think we're going to be in town if you guys want to link up and skate. And me and Alex, I can't remember if we drove out solo or if anybody else was with us on that trip. It might have just been me and Alex. Uh, we stayed in like a sketchy motel the first night. And then, but after that, they're like, we met the dudes and skated with them, and they invited us to stay at their skate house, which is called the Dust House. And
Nice. We had one of those in LA too.
yep, it was pretty grimy, but super fun. And been friends with those dudes since. Been back there, I think 3 or 4 times for like their video premieres.
And those dudes have come out as well at times. Yep.
Yep, they've been here a handful of times too. So that's kind of like I don't know. That's like the only place that I've never. I mean, Randy's interview, he talked about. him moving around and like every place he's lived and stuff. I've never left St. Louis, so
Right?
my mine's pretty easy in that sense. But that's like I feel like the only time I ever thought like I could maybe see myself living here. It feels like St. Louis and
Yeah.
everybody's rad.
Matt, you ever been to Richmond? You ever been over there?
I haven't.
Yeah.
No.
We went over there on
I
some
don't know why
work
I
trips.
noticed. I just from like the skateboard world, I noticed several people from New York moved there. I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Like a big later in life, they're like our age, Todd, leaving the crazy city to slow it down in Richmond, I guess. But
Hmm.
still you're living in a bigger city though. It's not
Hmm.
Yeah, it's got southern
totally
vibes,
limited,
but yet
but it's
historic
got southern vibes,
feel
yeah.
and like,
Opposite of New York. Yeah.
well, yeah,
So
I mean,
that's
southern
what I
vibes in the
thought
sense
was
that
interesting. Yeah.
people are nice, more or less. They're
Yeah. Yeah.
courteous.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
I've never been there.
it's rad. They have a really sick DIY. I was just like going through photos on my phone, like old hard drive iPhone photos, and yeah, there's this DIY called Texas Beach, and it was like basically nothing in 2013, and now it's built up and super cool looking,
Huh.
Yeah.
super fun.
Is is that do you know that dude Kevin Lopez from out
I
that
have,
way? That was like
yeah,
friends with
his,
Brinkman? Wasn't
yeah,
he from out
did
that way?
he was. I think he was maybe from Virginia Beach,
Oh,
um,
okay.
but
Yeah.
he lived here briefly, maybe for like a year or less. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him. I haven't really kept in touch, but yeah, he's
I thought maybe that was part of that Virginia connection, maybe. So
yeah, I mean, no, I think I maybe knew the Richmond dudes before him, but yeah, we literally just went out there not knowing anybody, which is like the same thing. I feel like we've made so many like Chicago buddies also, just like going out there randomly and vice versa. So many dudes have just like crashed at the crib. Uh, there's like so many squads of Chicagoans that didn't know and just became friends with because they crashed at our place.
Yeah.
There was a point in time when the guy who lived next door to my parents passed away, and my brother Chris, not Alex, um, was able to buy the house for like pretty cheap,
Oh, wow.
but it was like a work in progress and mostly unfinished at the time. But we would still just like hang out. We would basically party there, not party too hard, but we had like TV and skate videos set up and couches, and we just drink over there and make oven pizzas. But so many crews just came through there, and uh, yeah, we just like thanks to Chris because Chris never even skated, but he was fine with us just like hosting
Hang out.
randoms
Keeping an
in his
eye on the
house.
spot.
Yep. But yeah,
Nice.
like yeah, it's like all the deep dish dudes, and then like uh, that's how we met like Marissa Del Santo and like all those other Chicago squads. And it was eventually kind of like Alec, like those dudes all moved to California, or some of those people moved to California, and like that Alex went out to stay with them, and Alex is actually the one who like initially met the weekend dudes, and that was that connection
Mm.
was through like Alex going out to stay with like Taylor Caruso and our buddy Phil Preuss, and this they were all living with the weekend guys, and so Alex initially made that connection, and then they started coming here and hooking up Max, and uh,
Off it
now
goes.
yeah, off it goes, and
Heck yeah.
yep,
That's
yep,
how it works, man. Freaking kind of random. You could roll into town and be on someone's couch within hours, no
networking.
problem.
yep.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it works out just fine. It's not very often that like
Yeah.
somebody shows up and I'm like, fuck these guys.
Yeah. It takes a special person to kind of cross that line.
Yep. But I don't know. It's like real recognize real, and
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah.
Well, got to start winding this down. I do have work in the AM, unfortunately.
what time we
Yeah, that
got?
sucks.
9:30.
9:30 in the
Yeah.
PM.
Let me take one more quick
Take a
look
pass
over
at the
this.
timeline. I'm
Yeah.
excited about
Uh,
this video. This is something to look forward to. Hey, and also
Yeah.
at the Rusty Bearings, we want to propose to comb over the 50 and up video. Just
ooh,
let that marinate, okay?
we've made that joke in the
That
past.
ain't no joke. That ain't no joke.
Yeah. Well, I'm down. Let's get it. Uh,
Joe Jackson had some other good pun. I wish I could remember for like a follow-up part two.
To comb,
Yeah, or maybe it was a St. Loser's pun. I don't know. Can't remember, obviously.
comb over.
Um,
Actually, comb over will just be a bunch of guys sitting around talking about like 97. That's all it'll be.
yeah, and
right.
yeah.
Actually, I think this is what this is, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Oh shit.
Uh, well, I don't know
I,
if
I,
this is
I
really. Oh, sorry, breaking up there a little bit.
no. What do you got? What do you got?
Well, I don't know. I was like, I don't know if this isn't really skate related, but
Yeah, it's all
so
good.
so like I guess like as far as other stuff I'm up to now is like I
Yeah.
don't know, me and Alex are like selling vintage.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. Well, I wanted to talk about that, dude. I'm looking at Frenchtown Finds inventory right now. So
nice.
yeah, where you guys sell clothes at?
So we have a little booth at the Green Shag Market in Dogtown, I guess technically. It's like right on Manchester between Hampton and Kings Highway.
Yep.
But it's a nice little place. It ranges from kind of feels like a true vintage or like a classic antique mall to like fancy luxury mid-century modern furniture stuff,
Yeah.
and we're sort of in between selling mostly men's clothes and trinkets. But
Are you guys picking at like places locally, or you guys go on little missions outside of the state?
both,
Both.
like I mean, it's been a while since we did a little road trip. He does them more often than I do. And he's way more into estate sales and stuff. That's one thing though, where like I'll tell you where skate spots are, but it's like that's where like the modern like vintage kids also like don't understand. It's like you tell everybody where you get your stuff and like they're
Yeah.
not gonna be able to find stuff anymore.
What do they call that? The honey hole?
Yeah, the honey hole, you give away your honey holes and it's game over, which it's already it's I mean it's
Yeah.
fucked. It's not what it was 5 years ago at all. So we'll see how much longer we can keep it up. But
Yeah. But it's a nice it's is that the main source of income or is that just a side thing?
it started as a side thing, but
Does it turn into something okay?
yeah, I mean it's good.
Yeah.
We're technically business owners, so
Hmm.
uh, somebody said something about Alex being employed the other day. He's like, self-employed, not unemployed, self-employed. Uh,
Yeah. At least you
but
get to write off all that traveling you guys are doing,
yeah,
and
that's true, but at
it's
the
a
same
smart
time, it's
move
like he's
to
way
do
better
that.
about keeping track of all that stuff than I am. And also, we went to this kind of funny, like very Trumpy tax lady the last couple of years by like on somebody's request. This isn't funny at all, really, but the other day he sends me he sent me her obituary.
Oh God.
Oh
So,
fuck.
so our tax lady died this year.
Oh no.
So
Well, there you go. You don't
so
even have to pay them then.
Yeah,
You're
I heard that's
good.
how that works.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll see.
I got a
Uh,
tax guy out here if you need one.
Ooh, I might have to take you up on that
Yeah.
because we don't know what we're doing.
Yep. Don't do
Uh,
TurboTax. You guys don't want to do that.
well, I have in the past, but it gets kind of complicated with the
Yes.
LLC. So figured should probably bring it to somebody.
Yeah, for sure. So you
Uh,
guys do that, and then you still do stuff at the Science Center. Is that correct?
I am still at the Science Center.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What
yeah,
happens there? What do you do?
I'm a projectionist in the OmniMax.
No way. That's
Yeah. So
sick.
the Science Center has one of those. It's a domed
Yeah.
IMAX theater. I was hired because I had a little bit of film experience, but mostly because I knew I was it was actually through Randy's friend Jesse. She was leaving, and they were looking for somebody, and I had just enough film experience to be be hired.
You
And
just dropped St. Losers?
yeah, I guess
No.
so, because it was 20. I started working there in 2013. I worked at Infinity from 26 to 2013, and then maybe a little bit longer, like here and there.
Dude, that's the place for
Yeah.
a premiere. Come on.
Dude, they're fucking,
They're not
they're
having
so
it?
lame. They no, it's not
Really?
even that they were not having it, but they won't give me a deal on it, even though I fucking worked there for over 10 years.
Got it.
Like,
Okay.
they're gonna like charge so much, and it's like
Yeah.
I could just do it at a bar
For the
or
fraction of the price
whatever.
and have way more fun. Yeah.
Yeah, but it
Mm.
would be cool. But also at the same time, it's like you can't exactly format it to be like full dome. You could still do it hella big, uh, but
But it's not
yeah,
true IMAX
it's not true
film and
IMAX. No,
yeah.
not true IMAX. But no, it's cool. I mean, I've been there for over 10 years now, and
Okay.
but it feels a little less cool because so like I was hired to operate the 70 millimeter IMAX film projector, and we've since converted to a digital system. So now I basically just press buttons.
Oh,
Uh,
dude, don't tell them that.
Now it's nice though. I mean, I get they pay me more to do less, so
Hmm.
I can't complain too much.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Uh,
I get like cool dad points
yeah,
because my kids are like, "Whoa, you know that guy?"
yeah. A lot of people.
They've seen you a couple times.
Yep, Randy brings Soren there all the time, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of regulars I see.
No way.
Um, but
Yeah.
it's cool. Yeah, come by if there's anything that piques your interest. We're showing Avatar right now, which I
Oh,
so we'll get feature films from time to time, but I never watched the first two. I don't really care,
Yeah.
but sometimes it'll be cool stuff.
hmm. Interesting. Dude, it sounds like you got a good thing going though between selling some vintage clothing and such, and you got that as kind of the mainstay, and then do a little filming on the side, right?
Yep, yeah. Between all three of them, I make it work.
Yep.
I haven't really done any like freelance video stuff in a while. I used to work. I mean, we kind of skipped over this part, but for a while there, I was working for Joel Dodson at TSV uh, a little bit,
Oh,
but uh, yeah, ever since then,
What kind of
uh,
stuff were you doing with him? Were this just like little gigs, basically?
they were mostly live events,
Okay.
so doing like conferences and outdoor shows and stuff, and it was cool. It was a learning experience. It wasn't exactly my cup of tea, but uh, yeah, thankfully he gave me that chance, but
Yeah. Still
gave me
working
some
with film and stuff,
gave
right?
me some experience. It was mostly just whatever video cameras,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, and then I like did some other whatever random freelance stuff. But I don't know. Yeah, it's like I literally so I graduated from Webster in 20 what is it, like 2013 or 20 or no 20 2012 or 2013. But I like have barely used my degree. But I mean,
Uh,
I'm using it in my own for my own stuff, but I
Sometimes you don't
haven't.
have to follow the formal path. You're talking to a high school social studies teacher here, and let me tell you, that has
Yeah,
not happened.
yeah. But yeah, that being said, I could use a full-time job
Ooh, yeah, we'll throw a LinkedIn link in the profile here.
if any. It'd be cool to work in skateboarding. I've never really tried, but if anybody wants to hire me to film some stuff,
Oh,
let's
Gabe,
get it.
careful, careful, bud. Get paid in t-shirts. That's not how you pay rent.
Yeah, maybe not then. Yeah, I'm probably not leaving St. Louis anytime soon, so
Yeah. No, you got a good thing going in the sense that people come through. And I got to think that people have used your clips as they've come through, right? And work in second
yeah,
angles and stuff like that.
yeah. No, it's awesome. I mean, I love it's like my name will pop up and stuff here and there. It's always cool to see. Um, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
so yeah, along those lines, mm, question for you would be what, not just like your own skate footage, maybe just anything. What are you most proud of? I would maybe but guess it was one of your video products, products, whatever you want to call them, one of your videos,
Uh,
which is maybe hard to choose. I don't know.
um, I don't know. I mean, I am a little more partial to Comb just 'cause I feel like it was a little more of an undertaking and making people kind of step out of their comfort zone a little bit and just like showcasing a side of St. Louis that most people hadn't seen and helping kind of get St. Louis a little on the map and more become a little more of a destination.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely
but
worked.
Makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. It worked. I agree.
Yeah. And I, as many times as I watched both of them, I never really realized, and maybe I did subconsciously, but yeah, it's very, very strict, all St. Louis
yeah, there is a couple.
boundary.
There's a couple exceptions. I think there's two Alex clips in Baltimore that like if you're not from St. Louis or Baltimore, you're not gonna know.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
and then I think there's one clip of Levon in New York that's like same deal. It's like I think it's like a night clip. Like you're not gonna tell. But in that whole video, I think there's three non St. Louis city clips.
Yeah, but both of those cities check the rough, rugged, and raw box, like
Yep.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, speaking of Baltimore, like I don't know, I just like trying to hit more cities like that. Uh, we've checked a bunch off the lists, but I mean, I'm sure there's still plenty of cities I haven't been to, still plenty of states I haven't been to. Um, yeah, and like I said, hopefully have some more success with small town Missouri stuff, and who knows, see what we come up with.
yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
dude, that'll be good. We're excited to see it. Have a premiere, have some fun with
Yes.
it, put out a product. Yeah.
Something
There
I'm
will,
looking forward to for sure.
Yep.
there will definitely be a premiere. Who
Love it.
knows? Maybe we'll do DVDs. We'll see.
Ooh, everyone loves DVDs. It's like
I mean,
we,
there's enough collectors out there. I think
yeah.
I could
My
get rid of them.
nephew's pushing like his late teens, and this is like this holiday he was bringing up like hard copy media. He's like really into it all of a sudden and wants it
I mean,
like all of it.
I've
So
bought.
it's interesting because he's not from that age of
It's
even like
been.
that being around. But so maybe that's the thing. It's just like that foreign, but also whatever.
I,
Yeah. I
yeah, I
don't
don't
know.
know. I feel like it's the same as kind of like I don't know, like all the younger vintage kids who are like all stoked on like like kind of like the high eight aesthetic and stuff, and it's like it's not or really that old, but it's old to them, or it's like before their time. So
Yeah.
uh, uh yeah, I don't know, or like that
But
kind of
we
me,
joke we could have these DVDs.
yeah.
We could bump it back up to 1,000 this time.
Yeah, get through a few hundred at least.
Well, I feel like it had been a minute since I bought a DVD, but I've bought like three or four here recently. I started writing them down because uh as far as like videos that I book cat recently that I was hyped on. Fuck. Well, I just got Brandon's new video.
What's it called?
Rad.
It's called Hello Governor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Super silly. And it's cool to like I really liked that after he made Stained, he made a video when him and Grace moved to LA called Q is for Cow. That was really good. This one's also good. But it's like it feels like very much like a homey video. And it's like just them having a good time with their buddies, but at the same time it's like I don't know who any of these kids are, and then it's also one of those videos that like doesn't have any titles, so I still don't know who they are, you know?
Are you sure it's all just clipped together?
Yeah. Um, uh, Singer Tower just came out. Tristan Mershon, he's a Florida dude who I think he lives in New York or somewhere up there. But yeah, bunch of good East Coast footy, and there's some St. Louis stuff mixed in there.
I'm bookmarking
Um,
all these right now.
Yeah, I feel
um,
like you will end up posting a lot of the more like recent
I
when
try. I
stuff
mean,
comes out, yeah,
I
that has
I
clips
I
here.
try. Well, that or also I just like try to spread the word about homies videos. That
Mm,
um uh there was a video out of Louisville that came out recently called High Street that buddy Ryan Tassi and Connor Clark made. Um, and that video is super sick. And he mentioned in an interview kind of being inspired by Combe
yeah.
and
Has that been a trip of yours? You ever gone down there? Like
we
street
have
skated down there?
a couple times, but never long enough to like really get a lay of the land
Mhm. Yeah.
uh, or like link up with the dudes for long enough to get really too many clips. Um, but I would love to go back. Those dudes are all rad, and I feel like they come here more than we go there. But yeah, it's a good squad.
Years ago, somebody put out a video there where they just filmed in alleys throughout Louisville, and it was incredible.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah,
See, like that's awesome. That's
yeah.
uh, I would love to see that if I haven't. But those dudes are rad. That video was a really good watch. Um, oh, that our buddy Chief Kevin Del Grosso, he kind of does the same thing, but in small town Illinois. Those the series of grains videos. Have you seen those?
Have
You should
not.
check you should check him out. He
Range.
lives like near Chicago, but pretty but far enough outside it that they skate all these like country towns and like find some pretty cool stuff. Like, they might be driving all over and
Yeah.
driving to the middle of nowhere. And it has like a rural, crusty feel to it. But yeah, his videos are awesome. There's his most recent one is called Grains Tollway. That one is really sick. Those are the ones I bought recently.
Nice. Question
Uh,
for you is where are you playing these things?
I still got a DVD player.
You do? Okay. All right. That's the
Um,
challenge.
I mean, I was yeah, I was going through my stuff recently when I moved, and I have like I guess just from being a skate video nerd and working at the skate shop, I'm sure helped. But I have over 200 videos.
Ooh.
Um,
You
but
still have a DVD player going at
yep,
the house, Todd.
You do? Oh, geez. We
nice,
don't have one, man.
Yeah, because some of these movies they take them off your streaming services
exactly.
sometimes.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
that. You know that, Todd.
You
Go
never know.
Sometimes
outside. It's
you
okay.
back to, hey, I know you're in this business. You might want to listen to the streets, Todd. The streets are talking. DVDs, dude.
View count.
Move the units.
View count.
Strange notes. Come bring it back.
Range notes never went away. It's still there.
Really.
Yeah.
Uh, yes. So speaking of Santa Cruz, strange notes, all that stuff. So another one of my favorite videos is Last of the Mohicans,
Oh,
Joe
wow.
Perrin.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah, that's a really good one.
does Joe Perrin still work
Yeah,
for?
yeah, absolutely. Lives over in
Okay,
Nashville. Sure.
yeah, I was gonna say I've never met him,
Oh,
but
really?
we've maybe chatted a little bit or follow each other or whatever. But yeah, dude, that's like one of my top
Yeah,
10 for sure.
Dude, if you go
it's
over
a
that
banger.
way, let me know. I'll introduce you guys by email. He's a rad dude.
Oh well, I would love to meet him, but that reminds me. So Corey Rawson is another. He's like the Nashville Connect down there.
Mm,
He makes the country videos. I don't know if you've seen those.
have not.
But his videos are super unique. Uh, he incorporates a lot of still photography
Ooh, I love
and
that.
Oh, rad. Yeah.
art, just like artwork and country imagery
Ah,
and country
Mm.
country music and stuff. And as which is like you wouldn't think is all like a full country music skate video would sound all that appealing, but he makes it work and he makes it work really good.
Third World Country. Is that one of his videos?
Third World Country's the most recent one. Yeah,
Okay. Got
check
it.
that one out. I think it was the
I
country
feel like
vid,
oh sorry,
two
go ahead.
country. Yeah, there's
There
like,
was a country's hard. You don't hear it much in skate videos.
I mean,
I
it's
feel
not
like
everybody's.
it stood out, but then if yeah, it can work too. Like what was it, Mark Stewart? I was confusing that on some other episode, but he made a few edits with country that were
Hmm.
like really sick. Really sick.
Nice, nice. Mark Stewart. I think I met through Randy. He might have been a Birdhouse filmer. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
think he
he's
did
related.
Birdhouse, like Elwood,
Is
maybe a
that the
little
audio
bit.
guy we're
More
talking about?
like I, I don't know. But
Josh Stewart did the
it
auto,
was
did One Step
shit.
Beyond.
Mark
Yeah.
Branstetter? Not
Mark was more
Branstetter.
like a Tennessee dude, but I think he's like I don't know if he does skating stuff anymore. I don't know.
Hmm.
Hmm. Interesting. All right.
Tennessee on the brain.
Faux show.
Um, well, yeah, I'm partial to comb as well. It's I feel
Yeah.
like it's your more like it's more like your college version of St. Losers, like more.
They'll
But it's
refined a
weird
little
because
bit, maybe.
obviously it's a very rough. The whole thing is rough. The whole fucking spots are rough, and yeah. But your video is yeah cleaned up, so it's rad.
Thanks, man.
Oh, playing third world country over here.
Should.
Well, let's wind this thing down. We'll taper
Let's
it
do it.
off. So, Gabe, we're signing off. Thank you for everything.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
me.
All
At
right.
least
it's been awesome.
this was more or less painless.